was high. Numbers to the right. Campbell's held on. Here comes Tyler Campbell.
Looking for Levi, and Madison Levi, she is lethal down the edge. Wells gets the pass on the inside, and here goes Horton. One more out of Potter, and Potter's got two. 12 years in the making, and the British and Irish Lions are finally here on Australian shores. This is the big dance. The Wallabies and the Lions, the first test at Suncorp Stadium. Hello and welcome to Mini Vintage Sports Network live watch-along broadcast. Great to have your company once again, and what's going to be a very special night ahead. We've got plenty of special guests, all our gambling picks, and so much more along the way. But before we get to all of that, let's see what happened 12 years ago, the last time the Lions were on our shores. 12 years ago, that's how it panned out. The Lions 2-1 in that nail-biting decider in the end. Too good for us, but now here we are back in 2025. Will it be a different story? We're about to find out. Jordan Hughes is my name, alongside the usual play-by-play podcast crew, former Waikato man and current Bond University captain Tyler Campbell. Alongside him, former Glasgow Warrior, Bond University halfback Jordan Lanack. And joining us, special guest in studio, former Australian Wallaby and Queensland Red, Nick Frisby. Gents, welcome in. Tyler, I'll start with you. Big occasion.
Yeah, massive. Obviously, we only get to see the Lions every 4 years and every 12 years in Australia. So I think 2011, I think I was in about grade 9 and sort of got to experience it, and then experience it again when I was living in New Zealand in 2017. And obviously, you know, they bring the crowd with them. It's a big occasion, big moment, and hoping for a sort of good series and a good kickoff tonight.
Geordie, it's obviously been a big build-up. What's caught your eye this week?
Man, I think I was just talking to Pickle about it before, but the atmosphere watching the live stream now, like there's heaps of people around Suncorp. I know a few people on Caxton at the moment. They said the vibe's buzzing. I can't remember like a build up like this pre-match day in a long time. So yeah, just watching it, like I'm excited to get it kicked off.
And Nick, great to have you in studio, mate. Obviously, you were a great cameo last time round. Firstly, how are you? How's things?
Mate, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me in. It's nice to make it on the other side of the camera this week.
Obviously, you know what it's like to play for the Wallabies and against the Lions. I guess what's your experiences and I guess your Wallabies experience overall?
Mate, the Lions experience playing against them in 2013 was just unbelievable, like just an incredible experience. I'll never forget the atmosphere that night at Suncorp, just absolutely electric. The buzz around Brisbane was awesome for the whole lead up to that first test. And nice to see that back here. It's been a long build-up. It's felt maybe a little bit slow in parts, but game day today, plenty of jerseys around, plenty of people around the city. Looking forward to the first test.
Your Wallaby debut against England, was it? Mm-hmm. Off the bench?
Yeah, off the bench here, mate, at Suncorp. All 2.5 minutes of it. But it was good, yeah.
There we go.
Fond memories, mate.
Great to have you in studio, Nick Pickle Frisby. Now, before we get into our big pre-game, we're going to get all the stats you need to know. And joining us from Caxton Street, so this will be very interesting. Random stats guy, how are you, brother? How's the scene down there?
It's absolutely pumping. I'm actually right out the front of the Caxton at the moment. Most people have made their way into stadium. Bad, not too bad at the moment, but it's very loud, very vocal, as you guys have heard.
I'm not sure how good your Wi-Fi is, so we'll run through this. What are the stats we need to know, brother?
Beautiful. I'm on 5G, so that's absolutely perfect. Shout out to Optus. The stats.
We're just losing him there. We knew there was going to be a bit of an issue. We might have lost the big fella.
Well, I hope he enjoys his beers.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to be a challenging one. Oh, he's back.
Oh, here we go.
You there? You there? You got your Rando? I think we might have lost the big dog. All right, we might leave that there for Nathan Corbett.
And anti-Optus shout out now.
Yeah, no good there.
Good tactical play. Straight back to the bar.
Yeah, I can do that on purpose there. Anyway, we'll move on to what's to come. I guess let's talk about the team list, boys. We've seen the sides for the Wallabies, a lot of changes, a lot of new faces as well. What's got your attention, Nick Frisbee?
Oh, obviously the two big ones, Tom Liner at 10. Just the three Wallabies caps. Huge decision to throw the young man in there to steer the ship in the first test, and made champion to Krepney at 6. Well, no one really saw that coming, and he's got a big job to do, really, a forward pack for mine that lacks plenty of punch, if I'm being perfectly honest. He's got to stand up. He's got that physicality in his game, and they really need him to deliver that. Ikitau and Suwali in the centres, I think that's the key for us in attack. I think on the flip side, that 1v1 battle, Suwali versus Hugh Jones, is going to be a big one, and I think if we can sort of sit down and isolate Tuipulotu and get Suwali some one-on-ones with Hugh Jones, that's the key for our attack.
I like it. We're going to try one more time with Rando. We might have got him. Nathan. No. All right, we tried.
I'm hoping he's got some things up on his Instagram.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Random Stats Guy, check him out. Drew Lanack, we'll talk about your Scottish connection, obviously. What's the Lions make-up's gone? The 10, 12, 13, the Scottish lineup?
Yeah, well, we were just saying, I think this is the first time in Lions history that they've run a Scottish 10, 12, 13 starting ever. And I think it's not a surprise the way they've been going. But if I just touch on the forwards quickly, I think for me, Dan Sheehan and Tom Curry are probably the two that I'm looking at in that forward pack. I think they've kind of flipped it in terms of the Wallabies. They have a lot of big hitters, a lot of big carriers. They're going to be physical and they're going to be up for the job. But yeah, I think the 2 and the 7 for me is going to be my ones to watch in that forward pack.
And we know what's to come in the centre as well. But I'm going to go into the film room here with Tyler Campbell. We saw it last year, Australia versus Scotland. Suwali, Ikitau, Jones and Tuipulotu. They match up again, Tyler.
Yeah, and like looking at these clips, I think Nick just touched on it, but I think the battle of the gain line is huge today. If Aussie can't get over the gain line, we've seen how organised the Lions' defence have been on this tour, and just that first phase, if they can get front foot ball, it just sort of slows down that fold for the D. And options like this, ways of just getting them in behind, I think it's just going to really help that Aussie attack flow a bit better. But then on the flip side, we see how dangerous Tuipulotu is here. I don't think I've ever seen him get tackled by the first man. Manages to sort of always beat that first defender, and something I've liked from him on this tour is his ability to play deep into the line. Like, he'll go deep in it, and he's obviously a run threat, but his ability we saw the one against, I think it was the Tars, he played Hugh Jones short, but he also has that ability to pull back deep and sort of give Finn Russell a bit of time and space on the outside. And then this man as well, Hugh Jones, I think he's been the Lions' best on this tour. He just seems to be breaking the line. I didn't realise how quick he was. It sort of shocked me in that Reds game when he got that charge down kick, and I just think he's a massive threat, so I'm really looking forward to sort of this battle today and how it all sort of plays out.
He's got so much X factor, Hugh Jones. Like, he's just a guy that consistently creates stuff out of nothing. I'm really looking forward to seeing him go around it. Big call too to have Tuipulotu over Arki. I reckon a lot of people would have had him penciled in to start at 12.
And is that because he's done that more so because the combos?
I think, the boys were saying before, I think that Scottish combo, particularly Tyler said before, Tuipulotu and Jones, and the form of Hugh Jones, him playing so well, has probably led to Tuipulotu getting the nod.
As we change direction here, the Nines, boys. It's a big one. Gibson Park against Jake Gordon getting the knock. Jordy, I'll come to you. What's your make? Let's go Jake Gordon first on that selection.
Yeah. Look, I said this a couple of weeks ago. I think he was kind of my starter from the get-go. I think his game management's really good. He does. For me, he's probably a little bit more well-rounded than Tate at the moment. Like, his kicking game, which I think is going to be a big play tonight. Obviously, coming up against the best of the Northern Hemisphere. Like, they're going to be used to receiving kicks and using their kicking game to their strength. So we need an Australian 9 to be able to put Pills on the dot and really play off that. So for me, that's probably a big one. He's still a really strong attacking threat. That's probably where I think Tate's got him, which is we were talking about this last week. Having Tate come in off the bench and sort of add that running threat when everyone's a bit fatigued, I'm assuming is probably going to be the tactic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think to have Jake starting is a really good call.
Do you agree on that, Nick?
Yeah, I do. I think of all our halfbacks, he seems to be the guy that's delivered the Joe Schmidt game plan most consistently. So I agree with Geordie that he's the most rounded guy for that role at the moment. He's still enough of a run threat around the breakdown. Jake Gordon, like he's sharp, he's got good feet, and he runs those really good support lines as well, like pops up on second touches and stuff and scores plenty of tries too.
And on the other side, Gibson Park, what does he bring to the Lions?
Oh, mate, he's hugely important for them. I think, I reckon Anton DuPont's the best rugby player in the world at the moment, but I reckon Gibson Park's the best halfback in the world. Okay. And he just brings so much, and we've seen him do it for Ireland and Leinster, consistently over the last couple of years. His passing game is second to none. Like his pass selection, his ability to pick the right options consistently, whether it's like the short guy, the long ball across face, and find holes, find little seams into the defensive line, and then his ability to play quick off the back of that. If they can get that front foot ball going today, he's going to be a real threat. The other thing he does really well, similar to Gordon, is he scores so many tries backing up through the middle. I've put him in my bet for an anytime try scorer, mate, for that reason.
Love that. We'll get to that very shortly. Yeah, it's a good battle up front between the two nines. Obviously, the big selection is Tom Liner at 10. That's been all the chat all week. And 36 years ago, his dad, Michael Liner, played against the Lions. Pretty cool story there. But he played against the Lions coming off a World Cup appearance. He played Bledisloe Cup, Super Rugby. This is going to be Tommy's first start as a Wallaby 10. Tyler, I'll come to you. The selection, is he going to be good enough to do it?
Look, I think he is the man for the job at the moment. If we're looking at form 10s that are available, it probably is him, and I think he's probably the best Australia's got. Whether he's up for the moment, I think we'll soon find out. Like, I don't think you can make a conclusion about a kid after 3 tests. I think he had a pretty solid Super Rugby season. It's just his sort of thing is his availability at times, and he's had a few issues with concussions and whatnot, but I think this is a perfect moment, sort of trial by fire, and see if he's going to be the 10 moving forward. We know Noah's going offshore. Obviously O'Connor's in the squad, but he's sort of coming to the back end of his career, so this is his chance to really put his hand up and cement that 10 jersey, and I do hope the best for him, because I think his kicking game's immense, and he does have good distribution, and I think we've heard a lot in this pre-game about how calm he is. It's just obviously him putting that all together and putting a test level performance on. And
the goal kicking too. That's
goal
a major
kicking,
asset.
yes, massive goal. Yeah, he's got such a clean right foot. He hits them nicely, both goal kicking and kicking distance. So looking forward to seeing how he goes, and I just hope Australia doesn't put him in the front line defensively.
Yeah.
I think he's quite a small body, so
they'll
I'm hoping,
target him definitely.
Yeah, I'm hoping they defend him in the back, and he can be that option to sort of send it back downfield and make sure they're winning that territory game.
He's got the perfect game style for like big games and test rugby. Like he's direct, he kicks well, he gets himself into the game. It would have been tempting to pick O'Connor with his experience, big game. Like, this is the biggest game we'll play in the next 2 or 3 years. But yeah, you've got to give these guys experience at some point, do you? And no better way to find out what he's made of.
We'll let us find out too. We went into the archives too. Got some old footage here of his old man, Liner, playing against the Lions too. Back in your day, Frizz, some of the footage. Great scenes here. A couple of the footage come up to at Ballymore Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Michael Liner. I guess there's no bigger furnace than this. I guess mentally, Tyler. And Nick, how do you think he approaches mentally to attack this game? The pressure is so high for him.
Well, like I said before, he's got the perfect game to throw himself into these situations. He's so calm. He's super direct. His game is really simple. He brings his team into the game with his directness, his kicking game. So I think he slots in and just builds into the game pretty nicely, and his approach sort of suits this big occasion. Well, it's going to be an initiation of fire. They're going to target him if he's in the front line for sure. So defensively, he's going to have to be up to his game as well.
Hopefully they can produce some of this as well. We'll get to Lote Tuqiri joining us very soon. But let's get into our full preview, boys, our predictions. Mate, the bookies are giving the Australians no chance whatsoever. $5 they're playing the Lions, $1.17. The Lions moved all week. It's 11.5 as it stands currently. Let's go our first try scorer. I'll start with you, Nick Frisbee.
I can't remember who I put.
All right, so you put Jack Conan.
Yes, I did.
At $13,
Number 8, and
yeah.
I just like them playing in that 22. You know, they're so direct. They're going to roll up the sleeves, go to the forward pack. And I thought him short line off Gibson Park over for the first try.
I like it. Geordie Lanac?
Did I say Dan Sheehan?
You did.
Okay, thank God, yeah. Yeah, Dan Sheehan, I think, just off the back of a rolling maul, as we spoke about before, using that big pack and just sort of getting some ascendancy quite early on. So
10-1 too, bit of value there. And
Yep.
last time we did this, you got it right. Who you got today?
Obviously, I've sent you James Lowe, but in this 24 hours, I have had a little bit of a mind check.
Yeah.
I actually think with the media and the bookies and everything being against Australia, I think they're going to come out firing. And I think the Lions have started a bit slow in this series, and I don't think they've been the best at defending mauls. So I'm thinking, James Lowe one, but my other one would be Matty Fizzler at $21
Okay.
for first try scorer.
Bit of juice
So that's
there.
I've actually
Very
chucked-
safe, boys.
Yeah.
The two hookers off
Yeah.
the maul.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
Give me something
Hey,
more.
we
well,
don't venture out much.
It worked last time. You got to
Yeah,
stick
fair enough.
with what works.
I've gone Mackie Jorgensen 15-1 out wide for hopefully Jorgo can get in. Oh, let's get into our same game multis, boys. Do you remember what you give me?
I think so.
Okay.
I backed up my first try scorer to also be an anytime Jack Conan.
You have,
I
yes.
like Gibson Park trailing down the middle of the field. I think he bags one. And I think I got the Lions
You
at
get-
the line, which is minus 10.5.
You said 10.5, yeah.
Yeah.
And you also did Hugo Keenan for a try.
Yeah,
as
I've gone
well.
rogue. I forgot about that one.
You're off to a good start, Nick Frisbee. Lanac, what do you got?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll read it to you.
Yeah, please.
You've got Lions 13 plus. Hugh
Yep.
Jones, anytime try scorer, under 51.5 total points. Do you think it's going to be somewhat of a grind, low scoring? Is that what you're telling me?
I think when I sent that through, I think it was, and I think a little bit's changed now. Like as Tyler just said, there's a lot of media
Was
around
it
it.
3 a.m. last night?
Yeah. That's when he got home.
yeah. Got home and went, oh god, I got to do this.
Bloody Jordan, what's he up to?
No, I'm going to keep everything the exact same, but I'm going to go over total points.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. And TC.
I've actually gone, Suoliti and Tui Pulutu. As I said, I think that midfield battle's important, and I think both are going to step up today. I've done the under, and I've actually gone Lions 1-12, and reason for that is I think Wallabies, the Suncorp's a bit of a fortress for them the last few years. As an All Blacks fan, we always seem to lose at Suncorp. So I just think there's something about Suncorp that gives them a bit of extra growth, and they play well there. So I think they'll be able to keep the game close in that regards. But I just think the Lions have too much talent at the moment not to win. So, Lions 1-12.
I like it. So you guys have all gone the Lions in a big way. I couldn't make the graphics say all Lions. So I've done the Wallabies to get it done. I've gone Australia plus 11.5. I think that's too many points. Fraser McWright for a try. Tommy Freeman for a try. And Australia 1-12. My full-time score, 23-17. Man of the match, Fraser McWright. Do you remember your correct score, Tyler?
I went 24-13 Lions.
Yeah.
And man of the match, I went Tom Curry.
Nick Frisbee, I got yours for you because you're
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
useless.
Could you give me some heads up? That's what's going on.
Hey, do you read the run sheets or what? 35 story about life. 35-22, you've gone the Lions.
Yeah.
And you did your man Gibson Park for man of the match.
Yeah, I think he's the key. I think he comes out. I think they start fast. I'm going against you, Tyler, and I think Gibson Park sparks them.
Okay, there we go. Geordie, what do you got? Correct score and man of the match.
I don't remember, but I think I was bigger than everyone.
32-17,
Okay.
man of the match, Finn Russell.
Yep, I love it. I think he's had such a good lead up. Everyone's hyping him here in Australia. I think people who haven't seen a lot of him play, particularly club footy back home, I think they're really surprised with what he does and how he brings energy to the field.
So fun to watch.
Yeah, and he's just a ball of energy to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna give him the man of the match, and I think the game it'll be a really good game. I don't think the score, if that is the correct score, I don't think that correct score will reflect the game as much. I think it'll appear tight, but I think the Lions will just have a few quick blowouts.
There we go. 54,000 expected in the house of Suncorp. It should be an absolute cracker. You guys are on the Lions. I'm going back to Wallabies to get it done. Lote Tuqiri joining us very soon, but I want to discuss the back row, boys. Obviously, no Gleeson, no Valentini. Skelton's been left out as well in the locks. Can our young sort of Decrepny, can they sort of match him?
Hey, look, I thought he had an outstanding season for the Force. I know the back end of their season kind of didn't go the way they wanted it to, but I thought he, put his hand up and deserves his selection in the squad. Obviously, Valentini not being available sort of fast-tracked him getting that start in a big game, but he's got the size, he runs with aggression and can sort of play that role. Whether he does it at the level of Valentini's probably, we're going to find out really, but he, he's earned that, and I think he's going to be an asset there, and we already know what we're getting from Fraser McWright and Harry Wilson. They've got a great combination. Fraser McWright, the back end of the tour last year and those test matches, he was probably the Wallabies' best, so I'm expecting another big one from him there.
Before we get into it, I haven't asked you guys, what's your series prediction for the 3 games? Do you have a lean there, Nick Frisbee?
I think it's 3-0, mate, if you're asking me, honestly, to
Really?
the Lions. Yeah.
Just too good.
I just don't think we have enough strike
Yeah.
across the park to challenge them consistently. And I think if they get it right, I think it's 3-0.
Geordie, anything better than that?
I think, that's exactly what I was. He's probably summed it up better than I would have, but 3-0 was my prediction. I think the Lions are just too strong.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I sincerely do.
Yeah, it would be good. But, I just think with the, even Tommy Liner starting at 10, unreal footy player, but I think these sort of games and these matches, it's tough to blood people in, especially when you're coming up with arguably the best team in the world at any one time. So, I think it's going to be a 3-0, but I think there's going to be some really good footy and there's going to be a lot of really good takeaways, but, I just don't think we're kind of there yet.
Tyler, very quickly.
I'm going to go 2-1 to the Lions. I think Aussie can steal one. I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt.
I like it. So we've got some comments coming in. Obviously, send them in if you're watching along. First one here from, I think Shana, big man. Where is Stowers? Where is the big dog? Where's Ree and Tyler?
Stowers is actually heading over. I know he did.
Well, he told us last
time.
time.
He told us last time, but he's heading over to Japan on a contract. So spending some time with his family tonight before he heads off next week.
Excellent. We got our regular Tyler. Can you read this out for me? This is your mate.
Hello, champions. Hope my nephew Geordie Lesnack's gout is getting better.
How is the gout?
It's
Geordie?
not gout.
Well,
gout.
It's good. No, it's fine. It's good now. Still a bit sore, but yeah.
You got through 20 minutes of rugby last week?
Yeah, I got some minutes, but no more seafood, no more red wine. Cut down the cheese.
But it's not gout.
It's not gout, though.
We've got a couple more here. Spencer Jeans. Wallabies by 3, he reckons.
Ooh.
I like it, Spence.
I like it from Big Spence. I hope you're right as well. Our regular man, 26-17 for the Wallabies. Lockie McGuinness, he's on the stream. He's fired up. Good to see.
Lockie's definitely playing some 2K right now on the side.
Yeah.
I put money on that.
So there we go. So keep the comments coming in. We want to keep the conversation going. We see these scenes at Suncorp. It's absolutely electric. But thinking of electric, we've got a very special guest joining us on the line. He is an absolute legend of the game. 67 caps for the Wallabies, 89 for the Waratahs. He's a dual international, Lote Tuqiri. Hello, Lote. How are you, brother?
Hey, boys, how are you? Can you hear me?
I got you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, gotcha.
Real way. Firstly, Lote, great. Thank you for your time. So close to kick off. Really appreciate it. I guess you're a man that knows what it's like to play for the Wallabies. I guess, have you seen the build-up, the Wallabies squad? Give me a take on the old vibe overall the last sort of week or so.
Yeah, it's there's definitely a great buzz in Brisbane, obviously. As you guys would know, a lot of buzz around, a lot of hype. I'm looking forward to the game, but it's got a bit of Origin sort of 1 and 3 about it, about Australia and the Wallabies not having much of a chance. And, we're the sort of the Queensland State of Origin team tonight that we could, pull something out of the fire. And I reckon it's definitely doable, but no one's really given us a chance, are they?
Not at all.
No, they're not, including on this couch. LT, mate, thanks for coming on. We had the boys had to settle for me as a guest last week, so we've had a big jump in class this week with you on the show. Mate, I love my league. I love that Origin analogy. And we heard Joey Suwali through the week, actually. He made comment that he thought a Lions test bigger than a State of Origin game. Mate, you didn't play a game against the Lions, but you pretty much did everything else there is to do in the game of rugby union and rugby league. Can we get your perspective on that?
Yeah, well, mate, Joey only played one game of Origin, didn't he? He knocked out Reece Walsh. So,
yeah,
he had a limited experience in those games, but I love both games. I don't know what it feels like to be a part of a Lions series, but for me, Origin was the pinnacle. In a representative jersey. The Wallabies were up there as well, but playing for Queensland and running out onto Lane Park was massive for me. And these guys are going to be doing it tonight. A packed Suncorp with a crowd right behind them. And hopefully they can, as I said before, boys, cut out all the outside noise about this week and how good the Lions are. Really draw some strength from, looking inwards and looking at each other and what we can do and going from there. I think having that faith in each other and having faith from your coach for you to go out there and do your job will be paramount for them. And hopefully they can get better, but, they've got to start well tonight. They've got to have a lot of things go their way. They've got to come out from the get-go, all guns blazing, and sort of go from there and then hopefully build on that.
Lottie, just a question,
Yeah.
I guess, around Suncorp itself. Like, obviously you see it in the Origin, we've seen it with the Wallabies, and I briefly mentioned it before. What is it about Suncorp that sort of makes the home team, grow an extra leg and put the performances they do? Like, obviously got a lot of experience there. Is there anything in particular?
Yeah, I guess it's the weather. We like it up here. It's nice and warm during the week. We play it obviously the winter, but winter's up here the best in Australia. I think it's the best time of the year. It's sunny. It's a nice dry track. It'll be a nice dry track for the boys. Hopefully, to throw the ball around and show what we can do and let our our fast backs get some space. I think we like playing. We're a lot more boisterous up here. I think in Sydney and other parts of Australia, I think we're a bit too, prim and proper about how we talk to the other team, how we talk to the ref. I think we tend to get into them up here, and I like it. I like it. It's a great place to play, and we've had a lot of luck up here. So hopefully that luck continues tonight.
Yeah, Lottie, just quickly, mate, before kickoff happens, you just mentioned the weather in Brisbane, and that's kind of why Australia and the Queensland teams don't do so well. Obviously, playing the best of the Northern Hemisphere, them coming down to us, obviously it's a bit cooler than we're probably used to, but probably still a bit hot for them. Do you think that's had an impact on their series so far? And if so, how are they sort of dealing with that? Like, they've picked a pretty physical sort of front eight. Do you think that's going to change much in terms of what they're going to do, or they're still going to come out and just try and rip into it?
Mate, I've got no idea about the front eight. Let's be honest. If the ball gets out to the backs for us, I'll be really happy, and that's where we've got to try and get that ball. That front eight, they're amazing. They play that game the way they do. They invented the game to play it nice and tight, sort of kick to the sort of corners, play it tight there. But we've done a fair bit over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully at training, our combinations, I worry about our combinations because, that 19 combination will be huge going forward. We'll be better in game 2 and 3. I don't know how much time those two players have played together, if any, and you can't just create that magic in, 2 weeks of lives during the week. So, I'm worried about that. If we can, nullify some of those errors in and around those game specifics and real game time play, we might have a chance.
Now, Lotte, I want you to take us back here. 2003 Home World Cup. It was obviously a very special moment. That try you scored the World Cup final, you flew over Jason Robertson, the Larkham crossfield kick. Talk me about that moment, and then how special it's going to be for us to have a Home World Cup back here in 27. How much the country gets around it.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. And I think you've seen how the country's got around this Lions tour, and I think it's going to be even bigger in 2027. I think you're just going to see rugby's back on the back page rather than 3 pages in, front and back. The interest is going to amplify from here on in. Hopefully on the back of successful Lions series with the Wallabies, they can get on the back of that and really ram something home come 2027, because 2003 was great. As a player, we didn't really get to spend as much time as we would have liked to in the different centres. We went back to Coffs Harbour after games and we'll hold up there. But, hopefully, come 2027, I know I'll be getting out and about and, enjoying some of what the World Cup has to offer. But, first things first, boys, we've got to get over these Lions first. 2003 World Cup final, that was amazing. To score the opening try, huge, and to get us on the front foot I saw a few of those ex-England players this week and reminisced about some of that game. Not too much because they obviously got the last laugh. But a fun fact: I scored my first try for the Wallabies as a loose forward in Suncorp Stadium against Romania. I had no idea. They put me on in the last 10-15. George Smith, I get on, mate. You got to go at half. You got to go on the side of the scrum. Say to George Smith, George, mate, what the fuck do I do? Just put your head in and follow me.
Worked that all right for you.
Score a try.
Lote, I love hearing you talk about your experiences, mate. You know, like I'm a diehard League fan and a Bronx fan. You're one of my favourites, you know. I tell you all the time, mate. You played with some of the...
Especially your renditions of Taylor Swift. I love them, mate.
Hey, mate, you have to come back. You're good. Mate, I love hearing you talk about the game. Play with some of the great characters, like in your league days, Alfie, Kevy, Lockie, Wendell, and then you make the switch in 03. Who are some of the big characters in that Wallabies side when you made that transition across? And can you give us an insight and some good stories about some of them?
There was two big characters. I think, the game was, at the forefront again. I got off the back of some of those, the 1999 World Cup. Obviously didn't play, but the game was in a big place. And I think guys like Todd Kefu, George Gregan, we've heard about him and what he can do with a schooner glass. Always a pretty good. Mac, we toured really well together, and he's still playing. He's still touring the world, talking absolute rubbish. But those are the memories you miss. I loved touring. I loved playing for. I love playing footy and getting the game and playing in those big stadiums. But what you miss, as these blokes will tell you, as Little Pickle will tell you, is the camaraderie and the mateship and those bonds you form and the great stories you have off the field. I think, I think Alfie Langer, he would always spew up before a game, those sort of things sort of take you back. Wendell Saylor, he was the same, mate. He every game I think it was about 5 or 6 white bread rolls, chips, pre-game meal, and 2 cans of Coke, or 2 600ml bottles of Coke. Madness. I don't know if he'd be allowed to have that now. He's probably copping it now for what he did back then. But, all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff that went on back then that sort of wouldn't go down now. But are we about to run out? Are they playing the anthems or what?
Yeah, about to let you go, Lote. Before we do that, give me your prediction for the game.
I'm going to stay loyal, mate. I'm going to go Australia 1-12, so I'm going to go by 5 points.
Right.
And I'm going to go Joseph. Oh, maybe not. Matty Fassa. I'm going to get him anytime try scorer.
There we go. Locked in. The big man's spoken. Thank you so much for your time, Lote Tuqiri. Enjoy the game. We'll catch up soon. Appreciate it, mate.
Boys, thanks for having me.
Cheers, Lote.
There we go. Great to hear from the big fella as we get things moving. The Lions series underway against the Wallabies. So great insights there from the big fella, boys.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to hear a different perspective. Obviously, he's a bit of a legend across both codes, but it just seems like I've not met him personally, but he seems like a good bloke and seems like he'd be a lot of laughs. So probably more important on that front, just to be a bit of a character.
Yeah, he's one of the great fellas. Obviously, as we spoke about last week, it's a tough start for the Wallabies here. Going to give away some points here most likely. But yeah, Lote, one of the great characters, loves to sit around and have a beer, tells an awesome story as well. And so good that we can get guys like that want to come back and be involved. He's so good with his time, Lote.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was awesome.
Just can't wait for the media vintage Christmas party.
Yeah, I know.
Get the boys back.
It's a good crew, isn't it now? Let's rack it up. I tell you what.
Surely you've been saving dollars towards it.
I know. I know. I've got some work to do.
I will say, though, absolute legend of the game.
Yeah.
And growing up, obviously grew up an All Black supporter, but I had big, admiration for him and the Dell. When they were on the wings for the Wallabies, they were just so good to watch. I guess you'd almost call it the golden era of Australian rugby back then. And they just, they put on a show every week, and I think Wallabies sort of gone away from that identity, and I've talked about it before, like using their backs, like he's saying. I still think there's a lot of unreal backs in this Wallabies squad, so I'm hoping that they do, take his words. I probably haven't heard it before the game, but use the width and
Do you reckon they had us on in the change room?
I hope
the
so.
Boys?
Yeah.
Surely.
Good. I'll give them a good pep talk.
Oh, a good stat about Lote, I told you, Geordie,
Yeah,
pre-game. He made the switch in 03. The fastest man to 50 tests. He played 50 of the first 52 tests available to him. Jeez. And that's still a record to this day. So obviously, made the switch, instant success, and never looked back.
Goodness.
Scoring a try as a back row is also impressive.
Yeah, that's a cool story. I mean, he said as well, coming on to the back row, having no idea what was going on, and then have the big man himself just be like, no worries, mate, just head down, follow me, you'll be
follow
right.
me.
That's pretty good lead.
Were you saying, too, he went back and forth 4 times between League and Union?
Yeah, so he obviously made the big switch, the famous switch, when he came from the Bronx to the Tars. And then I was just looking at the back end of his career. So he then went from the Tars to Leicester, to English rugby. He went from English rugby back to the West Tigers. He went from the West Tigers to Leinster in Ireland, and then finished his career at Souths with a premiership back in league. So made the switch 3 or 4 times both ways.
Imagine a Paul Leahy coming over and being told to jump on the side of the scrum.
Yeah.
What's
that?
Yeah.
I got a push.
You guys pushing this? One thing I will say that I love that the Wallabies have done is the names on the jerseys.
Yeah.
Big play.
fan. Here we go, Tommy Lyon. That's a good touch.
Bang.
It's such a little thing, Tyler, but we speak about building that connection back with the fans. There'd be Wallabies fans in the stadium that don't know the names of these players.
I think vast majority. Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. It's a small little thing, makes a huge difference. Love it.
Also gives, in particular kids, if they're going to sell jerseys like this, would be pretty good to see, I can buy a number 8 Harry Wilson jersey, for example. Yeah. I just think that sort of marketing, and you see it more overseas, obviously with the NFL and the NBA and the money they make off their jersey sales. It'd be sort of good to see Australian rugby tap into that market as the game grows.
So 3.5 gone now. Lions 3. What did you see that penalty was for? Did you see?
Someone missed their clean. It was a fair penalty. It was Jackal, but
not a good start.
Yeah, we sort of had a one-off runner. Tried to probably play a bit too much footy early on in their half.
We haven't seen too much kicking for goals in Super Rugby, particularly from the Aussie sides. But that's one thing, discipline. Geordie, you'll know from playing over there, it's such a huge factor against UK sides.
Yeah.
They just take the points, and their goal kickers just do not miss.
Yeah, anywhere inside that sort of 50-55 range, it's almost a given 3.
Yeah, Russell just banged them over too.
Oh, that's outstanding work from James Lowe.
I'm trying to see. There's a bit of green and gold there. I was trying to see what the split would be.
I tell you what doesn't look good, and having been at these games, majority of the times the home fans
are
the ones where the cameras are. So when you go to Reds games or you go to Brisbane, it's pretty much
underneath it.
The whole home section's pretty much straight underneath, and then obviously all the Lions have been pushed to the far side. So it's going to look like in this game there's a heap of Lions fans, but all the gold members and platinum, whatever the supporters, are all going to be directly below the camera because that's kind of their zone. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
And a lot of Australian fans who maybe just
not
sure about rugby, they wouldn't have a Wallabies jersey, I'm guessing. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, I think it's kind of one of the most iconic jerseys. You see when you the Olympics and things like that, people are actually always wearing the Wallaby gold because it's sort of the...
Especially the old, the one that was just on screen, the old one.
Wallaby jersey. It seems to be a big thing that randomly pops up.
Do you guys remember probably showing my age here, 2001, the first game at the Gabba, the Sea of Red?
I was
9.
I was 4.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I was also
the whole Gabba was just red, and Rugby Australia actually went, this is not a good look for us. And so I think the next game was Sydney or Melbourne.
It was Melbourne.
They actually went around and put gold scarves on a whole heap of seats to just try and get some gold out
thousands of seats, yeah. And it worked.
But I feel like this whole lead up to the tour has been all about the Lions. I reckon Rugby Australia's missed a huge opportunity here. I feel like the promotion of our lead up has been minimal.
Yeah.
One game, I reckon, is a disgrace. We should have played Australia A or the Aussie Kiwi Invitational side at least as a second warm-up game.
Well, there's been a big discussion about that, about how underdone they could be and not releasing guys back to the Reds, Waratahs. I guess
keen to ask Will Genia about that.
Yeah.
Because they did, for their Lions series, they did no warm-up games at all.
Yeah. Okay.
when they played 12 years ago. Oh,
A few questions coming in too.
Here we go.
Have you ever seen this on from Lote Tuqiri on the source there, Frisbee? Ask Lote to freestyle. How's the big man go? Anything you've seen in your time, mate?
mate, I don't know. He moves pretty well, Lottie, so I'm sure he'd be pretty handy.
It's still row, isn't it?
Yeah.
Row.
Dual
Sure.
bags.
Yeah, the great man.
Of course.
I'm assuming it's him.
Yeah.
This one from the Hayden Sargent, Aussie 7 superstar. As supporters, what result is a good result for Australia over the series? Good question.
Oh,
I think being competitive is a good result because we know how strong Ireland and sort of Northern Hemisphere rugby's been the last couple of years. But I think a series win
yeah.
would be great for the game.
Yeah.
If they could win this series, going into a World Cup, I just think it will put a bit more money into the game. So fingers crossed they can win the series. We haven't really given them a chance here, have we? But
What's a pass mark, though?
I reckon if Australia can manage to bag one game of the series,
Get it to a decider?
Yeah, I think because, like, as we were just saying, like, the warm-up games have been non-existent. Like, this is pretty much a fresh squad, first hit out as a new squad. These Lions guys, one, have already got combinations in their own nations, and this is, their 6th game?
Yeah.
7th game? Something like that? Like, they've already had a fair bit of minutes together. So I think you take that into consideration. Obviously, yes, it's our national squad versus them, but I would say if they can get one win and then be competitive in the other 2 games, I'd take that as a bit of a win for us.
You talk about being underdone. That right there. Sloppy pass.
Yeah.
Just timing was off as the Lions look to attack
Oh,
through Russell
oh,
again.
wow.
Here goes your man,
Wow.
Sheehan. The Lions inside the 22.
So Gibson Park does so well too. Like as soon as there's any line break, he's so quick to the ball, and then he just moves it, and the defense just has to continuously keep shifting.
this is when you know you're a good 9. When, most teams in the zone will get straight into the old pick and drives.
Yeah.
But,
Oh,
oh
my
no.
goodness.
Genge.
He obviously just stays
Who's going
in
to
it.
go?
Where's my number 8?
Where's Sheehan?
Russell.
Give it to Sheehan.
Oh, that is a
Numbers are
pearl.
bleeding.
Wow,
Oh,
look at that.
Jesus. There he is.
Nons.
So you only Tuipulotu, first try for the Lions. One of your any times, Cash, Tyler.
Yeah.
But man, that was
I tell you what, it's not looking good.
no.
It's been very front football for the Lions this
And,
whole 8
and a
minutes.
lot of they're finding a lot of little holes.
Yeah.
This is what they did against the Reds, isn't it? It's a different threat, the Lions, this series. Like previously, it's the set piece, it's the forwards. But this side, especially with Finn at 10, they're going to move the ball, and the threat is on the edges. He's already thrown 2 magic balls.
Yeah.
But that's just run-of-the-mill type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
But even that lead up, like I think Tyler was about to start saying it, like it's a credit to Gibson Park. As soon as a team normally gets down 10,
It is an
15,
absolute.
they'll normally
Ew.
just go to like a pick and drive or like a tight pod. Like he's just throwing a 15-meter cutout to just try and get a one-on-one with James Lowe. Like that's that's a threat in itself, just to not have to worry about, okay, you got some big boys coming through the middle, or you got a 9 and a 10 who can throw 20-meter miss balls, hit boys on the chest, and try and get one-on-ones. Like
That's what I was trying to get at before, but I got distracted. But yeah, most teams in the zone go into like a safety net.
Yeah.
Well, they'll just go forwards, pick and drive, and if there's an opportunity to go wide, they'll do it. You just touched on it. Like when your 9 can get in there and ball play, hit either of the 3 options, pick the right one every time, and then you've also got a 10 that can throw a ball like that. Pretty hard to defend when you're that close to the line because you got no opportunity for scramble D.
You see the work there of Russell. He was thinking about kicking it, but his eyes up footy. He's just so his IQ is second to none.
The vision, mate. Like, how does he see that?
yeah, it reminds me of that. That's probably one of the best rugby highlights I've seen. He threw that long ball to Shuggy. I can't remember who they were playing. It was a Scottish game. And it was like a 30-meter miss ball to like a bounce out,
Straight in the
through.
seam, yeah.
So it's 10 minutes gone. It's 10-0 already. It's
Yeah.
It's not looking. Wow.
Great take.
That comes off the back of, points have both come off the back of Aussie mistakes.
See what Lottie's just said to Willie Genia?
so we're trying to get Will Genia on here, and
He's been in PNG, Willie, all week. He's just back yesterday.
yeah, right. I think he's had a couple.
Lottie's asked him to clean the beetle nut out before he gets on.
Join the culture of Papua New Guinea. How good. So Will Genia will join us shortly, hopefully.
What? How did he catch that?
As
That
the
was
Lions
unreal.
That was insane.
It's
plug the
This
corner
is
once
not
again.
looking good at the moment.
They just look solid. Everywhere they've gone so far, they've looked solid. Scary. Scary, scary.
Now, here's one for you. Let's go to who you guys love talking scrums, I know.
Yep.
How crucial is the Lions' scrum advantage in this test? Lions dominated in set piece in 2013. 92% scrum success, and the Wallabies struggle. Can we match them up front? I'll go to Geordie. What are your initial take on that?
Honestly, no. But I think Nick just said the same thing. Like, this isn't your traditional sort of Lions team where they're going to rely on their set piece to sort of just grind you into the dirt. So I also don't think they're looking to use their set pieces, particularly their scrum, with much of ascendancy. I think they're kind of using it as platforms to let like Finn and Sione and Hugh Jones to get some sort of space one-on-ones and try and stretch it to the edge. So, yeah, I don't think we can match them up front, but I also don't think at the same time the Lions are using their set piece to just be boring. Like, they're trying to use it to launch strikes elsewhere.
I'm a bit worried about the bench front row. Very light.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Robinson's lucky to be, 110 kilos. Predominantly plays loose head and has been given the nod at tight head. So I'm interested to see how the back half of this game goes scrum-wise, because we obviously know the depth coming off the bench for the Lions there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that could
Angus
be a bit of a test.
a big job to do too in the carry. Like I said at the start of the game, our forward pack lacking some punch.
Very surprised he didn't get the start.
Yeah, I was
going to ask you that.
Gobsmacked.
What's the rationale there, you think?
I think as a young prop, he's still learning to scrum a little bit. So it could be a scrumming thing, but I think ball in hand, he's arguably the best loose head in the world.
Yeah.
Impact off the bench.
Yeah.
I reckon the bench has been picked to try and give some real impact, like Tate, Donaldson,
Bring a spark.
Bell.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's close when they come on.
Yeah, jeez.
It's not looking good at the moment.
All right, this is going to be very interesting. Let's see how we go here. We're going to join now with a legend that is 114 games for the Queensland Reds, 110 for the Wallabies. Will Genia. Willie G, how are you, mate? I believe
I'm trying to be as present as I can when watching the game.
Willie, how many you had so far, you reckon?
Mate, too many. I'm enjoying it though.
Give me your initial assessment of the first 13.
I think what they've done so far is they've dominated the physical battle. It's allowed them to play with a bit of rhythm, a bit of tempo, and a bit of pace. And they've actually done really well to manage their field position, which has made it hard for us.
Wizzle, mate, great to see your face. Thanks for coming on. Mate, a couple of big selections.
It's a handsome face, isn't it?
Yeah. Who, mine or yours?
Mate, not yours, mate.
Mate, some big calls. Tommy Liner at 10. Would you been tempted to see your old mate Jock start there? I know Quady was pretty vocal during the week about that. Do you agree?
I do like Tommy Liner getting a go. I think something about youth and being green allows them to just go out there and have a crack. And I think we've got enough experience around him to help. Jake Gordon, Leniki Tau. And it's at some point you've got to back these guys, and it's nice to see that in a big occasion like this, Joe Schmidt's definitely backed him. But having Jock in camp will help as well, sharing experiences and helping him with his knowledge around the game.
Willie, obviously, throughout your career, you're probably someone that really stood up in these big games. What has someone like a Tommy Liner got to do to sort of get his rhythm going in this game?
Sorry, mate, what was that?
I was just
too loud here.
I was just saying, obviously through your career, when the big game came, you sort of stepped up. What has Tom Liner got to do today, I guess, to step up in this moment and have a sort of good performance?
Mate, the biggest thing in games like this is you just got to do your job. Really simplify everything. What's required of you? What's your role? Execute your core roles and responsibilities within the team. And then just allow the game to come to you in that sense. You know what I mean? The worst thing you can do is chase big moments and chase big plays. It's just about focusing what your role is and doing that to the best of your ability.
Well, mate, not so much a rugby question per se, but obviously someone who's been involved in Lions series and now being on the other side of the fence. We can obviously hear what's going on around you, but how's the vibe looking and how much of an impact does that have as a player for you?
Mate, it's unbelievable. Like, I was lucky enough to play in all three of the tests in 2013, and just the interest, the atmosphere, the intensity, and I feel like he's at another level here today, you know what I mean? And that's just what the Lions do bring, that the intensity, the energy, the attention, and it's great for Aussie rugby. We know that over the next 3 weeks, this is going to be the centerpiece of the sporting news in the nation, and how good that it's rugby.
Wiz, given that this is the biggest test match these boys have played and we've had on our shores for the last, 5-10 years, Home World Cup coming up as well. Did we give these guys enough of a chance with the preparation? Is one test enough leading into a big series like this?
Well, the thing is, everything depends on the calendar. And when we played in 2013, we didn't have any tests leading into it. It was just all about the preparation and training. So I think they are fortunate that they've got the test. But it's more a case of understanding the timelines of the rugby calendar. Like, it works both ways because the Lions, these guys are all at the back end of huge European seasons as well. You know what I mean? So there's fatigue from their perspective. We're fresh, more fresh, but we're also a little bit green in terms of that we haven't played much footy. So it is a good question, but there's pros and cons to both sides.
Yeah, to be fair, you never needed too long to warm up the old hammies, mate. You're always pretty sharp.
No, Willie G was a baller, mate.
I think he still is. Will, I know you've been asked this a lot all week, but that try you scored, the try you set up, for Folau at this very ground 12 years ago, I guess, what are your memories of that?
Oh, mate, it was just, it's more a case of what the occasion meant. I remember leading into the test match, I was like, once every 12 years, I'm either going to cower away or I'm going to actually have a crack. And it was a moment where I had to live up to what I'd set out in terms of my expectations. And I was just so proud of myself that, when the moment did present itself, it's not easy to take a quick tap like that just inside your 22, 5 minutes into a test match, a big test match like this. So to be able to back myself and have a go, and it resulted in a positive moment, like that was, I think back with such fondness on that series because that individual moment and captured a lot of good for me.
So how do you go now as a spectator watching on? Do you find it tough or you're happy sitting back?
Mate, I'm super nervous watching, I tell you. Like, I don't want to be out there, but I do love watching the boys do their thing. I get nervous in that sense as well.
Another one for you, Willie. Obviously, you've just been playing in Japan with the Liners with Quade. What's next for you, I guess, playing-wise? Are you still going around?
Mate, I'm going back to do some coaching, mate. So at this stage of boots, I've hung them up. I'm joining Frizz. Hopefully I don't look as bad as him after retirement, but I'll go and do some coaching.
Fair enough. Frizz?
The double
Frizz,
shot,
Frizz,
mate. What did I do
you.
to deserve this,
Frizz? Frizz, you know what? The classic saying is you only shit on blokes that you love. And I love you, mate. Always. I've always loved you.
Likewise, mate.
Oh.
And I mean that sincerely. You're a good man.
Thanks, brother.
As the Lions crash over here.
Fast start from the Lions, Willie. Is there a guy in their side that you like or you fear, mate? Like I was talking about Gibson Park before. I think he's one of the premier nines in the world at the moment. That guy who's just scored, Hugh Jones, he's got some X factor in him. Is there a guy that you singled out, you like the way they play?
Love Gibson Park. I've got so much shit saying that he's the best halfback. I had French, but he's just such a great orchestrator. Like the good nines at the top level more often than not, and they all seem to look like they have so much time on the ball. And he certainly is one of those players. He's just such top draw, mate. He's such quality.
Before we let you go, Will, give me a bit of insight. What was it like playing at Frisbee? How was he on tour? What was your combination? Obviously, you were normally starting. He was off the pine. What was the combo you two together over the years?
Well, mate, when Frizz would come on, he would come on at 10. Well, he would come on at 9 and push me to 10, but then I'd make him defend at 10 because I didn't want to make any tackles.
On my debut, you pushed me to 10, and first tackle, I dislocated my shoulder and had to get a shoulder recon.
I'm sorry, mate. I'll wear that. No, look,
but it
mate,
was better for Queensland rugby that my shoulder got done and not yours, Willie.
Nah, don't be like that. Mate, Frizz, one of the most naturally talented footy players I've ever seen, and I think one of the real great men. A lovely man to tour with. He was always such good energy with the boys, such positive energy, such positive vibes, and real good for culture, mate. Like, so I certainly really enjoyed look back fondly on my time with.
Looks like we're just losing you there, Willie G. Before we let you go, there's one more for you. You've played around the World Cups, you've done it all. Is there one memory that sticks out amongst it all?
Mate, the Lions series, without a doubt.
Above the Reds Premiership and World Cups?
Oh, mate, you can't put the Reds. No, mate, the Reds Premiership should be up the top. But, like, in terms of occasion and in terms of the prestige, the Lions series.
Unreal. We'll let you go. Will, thank you so much for your time, mate. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the game and good luck what comes next.
Nah, I appreciate it, mate. You blokes are taking up way too much of my time. I thought it was meant to be 5 minutes, but I appreciate it.
When we get it, we'll take it. Willie G, got to have Will Genia, boys. How good? He
Another
seemed like
absolute legend.
He would have been an absolute character to play with, has he?
Oh, mate, he was awesome. Like, just an absolute professional. Like, I learned so much on how to be a football player. Like, I was so green. I just love drinking piss and playing footy. Willie Genia actually taught me how to be a professional. Like, He was just immaculate in his preparation, and it was no wonder when he got to the big stage, he was always able to deliver the big moments.
And you see in the way he's playing, mate, he could keep going a few more if he wanted to. Like, he's still carving up for the liners and, doing his thing.
Sorry, pause. Why was that try disallowed?
I said he was tackled and got out without releasing the ball, like a double movement operation.
That's harsh.
Okay. Yeah, Hugh Jones. We'll take it, though.
Sorry to interrupt, and I was a bit confused.
No, you're right. No, 20 minutes gone. 10-0 the Lions. That was... Yeah, you said the internet really started shaking when they scored. They were getting...
Yeah.
But, yeah, great access there for Will Genia to join us.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried here because every time the Lions seem to get into the 22, they're creating opportunities.
Yeah.
Have we even been in their 22 yet?
The Wallabies just had an attack.
There you go,
half, and kind of didn't go anywhere.
Great insight, too. We've got the live stats for you on the broadcast. There you go. That tells a story, doesn't it? Possession, the Wallabies have had the upper hand. Look at the carry meters there, 198 to 99. They're getting over the gain line.
Yeah.
I guess opening 20 minutes, Geordie, what's your overall suss of it all, eh?
But I think those stats kind of aren't really painting the picture. Like, it says the Wallabies have sort of had a bit of an ascendancy in terms of possession, but anytime the Lions have got the ball, I reckon they've just been dangerous everywhere. They're finding little seams. They're taking right options. Finn actually looks like he's just having fun, which is a big threat for Australian rugby, because he's the type of bloke that when he starts getting a bit loose and having fun, that's when things start opening up.
Here we go.
But here we go. As I'm saying that.
Potter on the toe.
It's actually a shoe.
Yeah, inside 22.
Get out. Oh. I will say one thing that was...
Did that come all the way back?
Yep. One thing I will say is a little bit alarming with the Wallabies' defence is obviously we just see the carry meters there, but the post-contact meters are the exact same, which for me means that the Wallabies are kind of being a bit submissive in their D and sort of not bringing line speed and putting any pressure on the Lions at the moment. So if they want to change this sort of onslaught that's coming, I think they just got to get their sort of spacing right and bring a bit of line speed and sort of slow that ball down where they can, because it just looks like the Lions are running through them with ease at the moment.
The other thing, Tyler, when their carry meters are so dominant like that, it means you've done a lot of defensive work, which just brings fatigue massively into the game late in the piece in the second half, and with the threats across the board they have, that's going to be dangerous.
See Matt Fessler going down. Because he was fighting fit to even get back in the mix at all.
This is so unlucky.
It hits his foot.
Nah, he moves it just in time. It's the bottom of the post pad.
Lucky escape there.
You know what? He wanted that ball to kick that way the whole time, and it kicked at the worst time.
Yeah. Half a metre too deep.
38 carry meters versus 125.
That's crazy.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
38 to 120.
And there's only been eight difference in the carries. Lions have only carried 8 more times.
Jeez.
Paints a picture, doesn't
Simba.
it?
That's a big moment, though, that try being disallowed. 10-0 after 20. They've had all the ball.
Yeah.
And they've looked like they've thrown a heap of shots. You can take some confidence out of that on the field. You look up at the clock and go, geez, we're still in this after it feels like you're being dominated.
Yeah, like 10 points in one quarter of a game realistically is not that much. They get a good bounce of the ball and something swings their way, and all of a sudden we've got the upper hand again. So
yeah, big momentum swing needed. Intercept here.
Here we go.
You need something.
So have a look at this scrum.
Last one was pretty good.
That looks
That
pretty
is
solid.
so solid.
Yeah.
But like you said, Geordie, they're scrumming to strike.
Yeah.
They're not scrumming for penalty there. Ooh.
Like, even that little option, I actually don't mind that. Like, they're having a crack, sending a blind winger down a short side 30 out. Like, obviously the kick wasn't good, but...
What were your thoughts on the Wallabies strike move off that scrum before? Did you guys see it?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I didn't like it
8
at all.
runs
Did
out,
nothing.
but 9 comes inside
Hook ball.
and then he does this. Yeah,
Back to the blind winger.
who
hook it
throws
back.
to 10, who crossfield kicks.
The space was there, to
I
be
don't
fair.
mind it. It was a
If
bit
the
of
kick was a
initiative.
bit flatter.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that the Wallabies are throwing a shot because I don't think you're going to beat this D without, I guess, having a shot like that, trying something a bit different because the Lions' defence just seems so organised at the moment.
They are so good. We were saying it the other week, like I went to the Reds game, or we both went to the Reds game, but I was sitting behind the post and watching the Lions D. It was so seamless the whole game.
Oh, well done. Give it to them.
Perfect enough spacing. They were getting quick folds, getting line speed off. Like you couldn't find a channel where it was overly disconnected.
Huge goose step.
I reckon that move, Tyler, he'd be able to tell us more about that, but that reeks of a Kiwi coach.
100%.
All right, we need more of it, I reckon, in Australia. Rugby. We can learn so much from
Kiwi coaches.
Yeah.
And I don't think people sort of understand, they see this move around, it's like, oh, this would be cool to do. There's actually a lot that goes into those, like the detail that sort of Kiwis look at that, and they'll look at the trend of that open winger will be, once they come, he takes off early, whatever it is, to sort of create that space. They sort of have a plan around what they're doing, and the reason they might do that is to sort of, I guess, bait.
Yeah.
Oh, he's kicked that down his throat. Oh,
what a pickup.
Has he dropped that?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
No, that's great.
Like,
He's
I
kicked it out
remember-
the full part.
Needed that.
well done. I guess, working with Roger Randall, obviously the Chiefs defence coach at the moment when I was at Waikato, he was so detailed with around why we were doing
I
things.
coached that kid at Terrace. Sorry, Tyler.
No, that's fine. Yeah, he was so detailed with why we were doing. We'd have a different 2 or 3 strikes every week, sort of starter plays, and he'd explain it to you and he'd show you the trends on the screen. So when you went out and ran it, you knew exactly why you had to do your role and why you were doing your role. And we scored, our 2018 team. I saw Declan O'Donnell talking about it, the former NZ7s rep, on a podcast the other week. It was so much fun because we scored so many first phase strikes.
Yeah.
And it's just, when you, I guess it's like a forwards maul, you spend all week practicing
Working on
something and it comes off. It just brings a whole heap of team morale. So it's awesome to see the Wallabies sort of throwing a shot like that, and hopefully they got a couple more trick plays up their sleeve.
One thing I reckon, mate, it's one thing to see the idea.
Oh, he's a beast.
Jesus.
I love the way that they back themselves to pull it off, though. I've told this story to Geordie when we commentate together numerous times, but Dave Rennie, for me, easily the best coach I ever had in rugby. I wish I had him when I was 19.
Really?
I would have been 3 times the player I ever was. And just the way he saw the game and his positive take on it, and he really changed. And Geordie, you would have seen this being there after him at Glasgow. He completely changed the way they played.
Yeah.
They just started running it from everywhere. And they just started carving up, running from their own in goal, smart kicking options. And then that flowed into Scotland. They started doing it. And we spoke about this last week. There's sort of been that transition over there.
Was he an attack specialist coach?
Yeah.
That was his... Yeah, right.
Yeah, he was good.
Big culture mindset man too.
Yeah, I just missed him when I just got there. He just left, but the way that every single player spoke about, not even player, just every staff member spoke about him.
Yeah.
You knew he was a good bloke, and then it really translated onto the footy field. I know when we, my first season there with a new coach, boys were still trying to
They
play.
still play that same sort of style, hey?
Yeah, when Danny came in and coached, he tried to change a little bit, and there was a lot of kickback initially. There was a lot of heated discussions, should we say, between players and coach. But yeah, they were so good at it.
Yeah.
And they love to throw it, and honestly the crop that they had, the squad that they had, really suited it as well.
When you were friends, was he still doing the I guess the singing and the different culture stuff?
Yeah.
So the Chiefs still do that to this day.
Yeah.
So obviously he was at Chiefs before he went to Glasgow. I got him, I think it was last year at the Chiefs, I would have been 18, and I got a couple of training days. And he was so good.
Scrum fan, went to Australia.
The culture and you see, obviously at the Chiefs they have their Patu and the Jeff that they talk about, their mascot, but the actual detail around it that he put into that, and what everything means, with obviously the Tamoko and all that stuff, unreal. And it just you sort of see that with the Chiefs, the culture and their play style, still play like that to this day. They still have a crack. And I think it comes off the back of ends. But one thing I also did like about him was all the little details around breakdown and stuff too. He was so big on. He goes, if you're going to play this attacking style, when you got to do this breakdown stuff right, and he'd still smack you with those skills.
Yeah.
A lot of contact sessions.
Yeah.
Do you wish someone like that should have obviously not had into Australia?
Oh, mate, I'm so biased, but I think he
believe
should still be the coach of Australia. He's the best coach. I reckon he's the best person I ever met in rugby.
That's wow.
And when he was coach of Australia, for the first time in ages, I was like thrilled to have him there and like excited about what he could do. And I mean, personally, I thought it was a disgrace what they did. And there's still guys at Rugby Australia that have jobs that were involved in getting Eddie Jones, which is like there's just no possible way you could have done your due diligence on that. Anyway,
You can't be doing that, Sully.
And this guy's got a
Nice,
slips
Tommy.
catch. You're gonna have to have a run.
Go, Tommy.
Yeah, they got him.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. And they were talking about results with Rennes. The thing I didn't like about it was he cycled through like 54 players that year before. Like he just had a terrible run of injuries. And they looked like they were building real nicely before that. And I just thought it was a big call to make right before a World Cup.
if you speak to the players as well, like they all love.
Here we go, Jorgensen. Jorgensen for the corner. Wallabies on the board. There we go.
Massive.
Max Jorgensen. Individual brilliance right there. There we
There's
go.
the momentum swing. He's good for finding a try, eh? Old Jorgensen, like a random try like that.
It's just a threat, isn't he? That's what we need, some of that, something to change the momentum too.
Absolutely, and that goes back to that disallowed try. It really just changed the feel of the game. Like the Lions in the last 10 minutes, they haven't dominated possession. They've kicked out on the full twice. They've made a few little mistakes, and that's exactly how you bring a side back into a contest.
That's class right there.
That is class.
Bang.
There's that kicking threat that we were talking about as well, like having Jake
Gordon.
there,
Was that Gordon? Yeah. There we go. Bridging out. 10-5. Kick to come. That's what we need. Liner's first shot.
Ooh.
Can't do it.
Look how many red.
It's
is
so
there.
red.
Wow.
And look how it's all right there,
Yeah.
too. That is so well done.
Yeah, he's done really well.
Mate, the athleticism, then the strength.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, he's played one game in 100 days, too. Played that one test match and he was out for so long, so.
That's a big call too to throw him back in. I love what Willie said there about. I mean, he was saying about Tom Liner, but it probably goes for Jorgo as well. And backing the youth, giving them a go, like we said, at some stage they've got to get experience somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Maybe that can build some momentum for them.
Well, you get a moment like that, and it just gives a guy so much confidence that they belong at this level, and you know what you can do off the back of a moment like that.
Just need a good exit here and then a good defensive set.
That's on the
Even
money
that,
again.
yeah, look at that. Great
Shot.
take.
Go through,
and that's
go
what you
through.
said, Drew. That's why he's there.
Yeah.
His kicking is unreal.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I reckon is real appreciated with his game is his defence.
Yeah.
As a big 9, he's such a good defensive 9 because of his size.
And he's good for an interception too. Old Jakey Gordon.
Yeah. Look at that, man.
But they just look like they're...
So
They're just humming, aren't
silky.
they?
There's
Look
no
how
line
clean their
speed.
breakdown is.
Yeah.
That ball just
Right
on a
there.
platter.
Yeah.
As a 9 for you two, that's as
Oh,
clean as you want, eh?
it's like porn.
It's the stuff...
That's a Frisbee special right there.
It just makes like the world of a difference, hey? Like, it might only speed that breakdown up by a fraction of a second, but it takes the guesswork out of it. It takes a lot of energy out of it because you don't have to, as a 9, don't have to go in searching and wonder where it is and adjust your feet and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's just right there.
And
ready to go.
timing for the whole attack. Like, look how it just allows them to
Yeah, that's class.
steam
Russell
onto
low.
the ball.
Yeah.
Gibson Park doesn't even look like he's passing it half the time.
I know, he just sort of like flicks
It
it,
just
eh?
flicks it. Like, it's so effortless.
He's got that technique where he sort of like runs through the pass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crossfield.
This is-
Oh,
If he
that's-
puts it on the money.
Hang on.
Don't claim that.
Nah, that's no chance, surely.
but if that was a winger, that
Yeah,
was
that's
on
a
the
try.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russell spewing, that was a lock.
He's asking the ref to go upstairs and have a look at it.
To be honest,
Hey,
he kind of hesitated with his run. Like, he didn't commit to it.
Oh, I should have launched.
Yeah. Nah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he kind of...
To be fair, he's a big boy.
He is a
down
big
there.
boy.
Glad I'm not tackling him.
Yeah, Jesus.
Well, is there advantage here, or is this a
Drop
Drop out.
out.
A bit of a topic point quickly, boys. Also, we saw Spencer's jumped in here with Pete Samu. Was not playing the First Nations game. Do you see him getting called back into the mix for the Test squad now?
Honestly, Cole, I thought he should have been there.
Yeah.
I just think his form in Bordeaux was so good, and obviously we looked at Will Skelton's in there, and they're not playing him either. And you got those overseas guys. I just think someone that's coming back to Australian rugby as well. I just think it's a great opportunity to get him involved, and I think he's also a line-out option.
Yeah.
Obviously, when Valentini comes back, him and Wilson are probably both not line-out options, so you can sort of, or Fraser McWright, so you can add another back rower in there that sort of gives them a bit more versatility in their gameplay.
Toja, here they come again.
This game's getting a bit messy and open.
Yeah,
It's
that
getting
was
loose.
That
Yeah,
was
like
a lot
real.
scrappy, hey?
We do apologise, guys, because at times, when I'm talking in particular, I get so sidetracked by the game.
That's good. That's the point.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
Bang.
talk to people through it. You want to not concede here before the break if you can.
I've done so well to get back into it.
Yeah.
And just to concede here would be
Great tackle, because
deflating.
he's kind of got his ankles broke.
Yeah, you got stuck there.
To add to Spencer's point, he should have been playing in that game.
How ridiculous
That's
is that,
poor
by the
from
way?
Lions.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, did you see the reason behind it, though?
Because he didn't play Super? Is
Yeah.
that the chat?
Yeah, so the original plan was, I think, because this whole tour was organised pre-Rebels going under, so Rebels were meant to be
The fixture.
that game, and then they've obviously changed it to a Pacifica team, but because it was a new fixture, they had to get
Oh,
approval.
well done.
James Lowe reaching out.
They had to get approval from the Lions, but I think a part of the condition was that because it was a Pacifica team and an invite team, they had to almost greenlight who was available.
But why do the Lions get a say in
Does
who
it-
we can pick?
Well, it's contract and regulations.
Yeah, I
and
don't
they've
know.
what both sides have signed, but yeah, it's a lot of crap, isn't it?
I'll tell you what else
Logistics.
annoys me.
But like,
about it.
does Pete Samu coming into the contest make
Yeah.
any difference? Like,
They're probably
great
gonna win
to
by
have him
50
from
anyway.
our side.
Yeah, I agree. It's ridiculous.
What annoys me is it was the same. Lions were complaining when the Wallabies weren't being released to the Super Rugby sides because they wanted quality games, and now they're saying a quality player can't play in this game. It kind of contradicts everything they've been sort of talking about the last few weeks, and it's a bit annoying not seeing Pete Samu get a run. It'll be good for Australian fans to see him before he comes back next year.
Yeah, obviously with Waratahs next year.
So I think he might be involved in the Rugby Championship.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, taking line out now for the Lions. 5 out.
Are they going to compete? Oh,
Oh.
well done. That is well read.
Who hit it?
This is what they do so well too.
Oh, they're going back to the basics. They're not playing off 9 here. He did so well to stay on his feet.
Atoje playing advantage again, I believe. Held
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Trouble.
Watch Gibson Park here.
Oh, that's almost a yellow card.
I didn't actually know if he reached for
That's
the
not your back trick, both of you two. Bunch of pests.
Geordie's criminal for the walk away and then plant it somewhere or drop it and accidentally kick it as he's giving it to him.
Yeah, what would you also to go to, Frizz, being a pest that you are on the field? What was any tricks you do as a 9?
Mate, I was clean cut. I was too skinny and small to have any tricks up my sleeve.
I don't believe that for a second.
Did you just down your opposite 9's foot at the scrum and stuff?
Oh, he's in.
I used to do that.
I didn't have that in my game, but I remember
Curry.
I remember my first Premier Grade game for Jeeps. I was 19 and feeding the scrum, and I don't know who the prop was, but as I went down, I was down, and on engage, he just clipped me straight in the chin.
Oh, lovely. Welcome. Welcome to first grade.
Welcome to
That's
first
I always
grade,
find
mate.
those funnies because I always reckon you get like a welcome to
Yeah, you're welcome
first
to
grade or like
mate.
welcome to pro rugby moment. Like
Yeah.
I've always talked about mine was Augie Pulu. Remember
Oh,
the-
yeah.
I was playing, it was my second game for work. I had a pretty good debut. I was pretty confident about myself. Ran like the simple winger carry, stepped inside the 10, thought, yeah, like I'm through here. He come around the back of the scrum and fucking nailed me. I've still to this day have never been hit this hard. Like, you know when you're winded and you can't move? Now, like I always say, that was my welcome to playing like real rugby. There's always that one guy that teaches you a lesson pretty early.
Yeah.
I had another funny one, of all people, Damon Murphy,
Oh, yeah.
the referee playing for Brothers. I've told this story before, Geordie. I'm probably repeating myself, but one of the great jersey punches I ever got on the sideline at Jeeps. And it wasn't actually until I walked away that I realised what he'd done. I was like, walking away. He's like, he's just jersey punched me. And he had me with a thing and then had a swollen eye. Went on to be a referee.
Was he a 9?
Fullback.
Yeah.
Clubland.
Grew up.
Played a bit of everywhere. Like, he was so versatile,
Yeah.
Damon. He's Aussie sevens.
True.
And then, mate, awesome club player.
So be careful doing the little tricks around him. He knows them all.
Yeah, he's well aware of them.
Gee, 17-5.
Whoa, he's got some heart on that.
18 defenders beaten to 8.
Oh, they're also just winning this aerial battle at the moment too,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah.
It's probably the other tough
Well,
thing
that was
about
forward.
putting Tom Liner in the backfield. They're going to pepper him with bombs.
Yeah. We can't concede here before the break.
The centres have been quiet, Tyler, for Australia. We've had hardly any ball. Tui Pelotu and Jones.
Well done. That's
starting
about
to-
That's full.
that's about Fraser's third steal. Oh, he got 4 now.
I think Finn Russell actually got that ball back for a
There we go.
second there in the ruck.
Yes, I mean, then Fraser ripped it.
Yeah.
He's actually...
So on that right there, are we kicking too much? Should we hold on to that?
I think the difference in kicking at the moment is a lot of the Lions are either finding
Like
grass
that.
like this and making it hard to exit, or they're just contestables and they're kind of winning that air battle.
Yeah.
And we're not.
Well, the only air battle we won was the Jorgo try.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of getting that balance right at the moment.
I don't mind them kicking. They just need to be a bit smarter with the kicks they're trying to shoot at the moment.
Good Kiwi Lions player right there.
There's a couple floating around, isn't there?
Couple of
think-
Saffers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we should go through and figure out how many were actually born.
I've got the paper there.
Gibson Park. So if Gibson Park, Bundy, Arkey, and James Lowe were 3 guys that were kind of on that fence and young. In an era, though, where, like, for Gibson Park, he was behind Aaron Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, he probably made the right call. Bundy had a bad run of injuries, but if you ever watched young Bundy's highlights for counties,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
phenomenal.
remember watching that, eh?
Like, some of the best highlights you'll watch.
Gibson Park just became a completely different player. Like, I know he spent a lot of time on the bench behind guys, but he just went to Ireland and went to another level. Same as a guy like Mac Hansen.
Oh,
that's
that's
in the
a
air.
great shot.
That's in the air.
This could be a card for sure.
I reckon that's in the air.
Oh, Tommy.
And we'll see how his head is.
Mate, he gets hit so hard. But he gets up every time.
I tell you what, the one he got up from that impressed me the most was still that Sam Penny female one.
Oh, yeah, that's frightening.
This is going to be a
Is
card.
Curry?
And wrapped. I don't know if it'd be a card because it's...
In the air, though? Or?
It's in the air.
They checking it?
Joe Schmidt's fired up.
Fired up.
Is that a fist pump?
Yes. See you, son.
No,
is
they're
that
good?
checking it. Oh, no, he didn't put it out.
Is he going to give that? What's going on there?
What's
That's going to be half time.
going on?
How's that half time?
What just happened?
It's either play on or the
I
Wallabies
think
line out.
he must have jumped, but his foot must have touched the line when he landed.
But that'd still be a
I don't know.
That's-
that'd
Should
still
be
be
Wallabies
a Wallabies
line
line out.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it negates the penalty because he touched it.
There you go, boys.
No.
Half time. Line 17 and Wallabies 5. Let's go around the room. Fritz, someone up for you.
Look, they're coming back here. This should be a line out. It's either play on or a Wallabies line out.
Oh, okay.
He caught it out and then ran out, so mitigates the penalty kick.
Yeah,
What
no,
did you
so
say?
he's
No,
saying
he
it was
caught it,
in,
landed in, and then
and
went
then he
back
just ran out for half time. Okay, because I think everyone was confused there.
Yeah. Sorry, Jordan.
No, it's good to see, but to see Jake
I'm
Jordan. He's-
fired up,
Yeah.
mate.
Mate, it's about time. A bit of passion.
First Wallabies game in 5 years.
Mate, when you're a diehard Union
Mate,
man,
I'm just
stop
watching
it.
these knuckles over here of yours,
Yeah,
just gripping away.
Nervous.
You're going to need a new chair for the next game.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about having Eddie Quirk on the show later.
Yeah, he's
Could
got,
be
I
anything.
feel like he's got some bit of couple of yarns on you, eh?
Yeah.
Is Quirky at the game?
Where is he?
No, he's at home.
Which is
he's
in Australia
He's
now?
in Australia at
Yeah.
the moment. He's due to go back to Japan shortly.
Mate, how's he still going round, eh? It's incredible.
He's still going. Quirky's only a year older than me, so he's only 33.
Yeah,
he's
right.
34 this year, so... I mean, Willie's 38. He's still
True.
going.
But, yeah. Eddie Quirk, he was a beast. Played like Sunwolves back in those days too. Like, he must have loved in Japan. Been there for years.
Loves Japan. He's like a cult figure there.
How old were you when you stopped? Like properly stopped, not the occasional trot around.
28?
Okay.
Geordie's trying to justify his retirement at the end of the year.
You're hanging him up, mate. Is that a?
I don't know.
Is
Yeah.
that
Is that an exclusive?
Well, speaking of exclusives, apparently you gave one yesterday at the GPS long lunch.
No.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the people that?
Oh, I had a few too many drinks and got a bit excited and announced a comeback, and then pretty sheepish this morning about a few things I did yesterday. that's probably the least of my worries.
So next year I'll be calling you back in for the Gallopers.
No, mate, no.
Okay.
You and Brycey versus me and Tyler.
That's what did spark it. My old schoolmate Brycey Hagan, he's back. Made a big impact last week.
He's a good scalp.
Yeah,
Bring him home.
good scalp. Awesome player.
So what's he doing now? Go to France? Where has he been playing?
Mate, he had a bit of a... He signed with Poe. Was supposed to go to France.
Yep.
He had a baby and then does a bit of back and forth of when he was supposed to go. I don't know if the contract's now fallen through, but they wanted him over. He was having a baby. He said no. Anyway, he's ended up playing down at Jeep. So,
okay.
See where that lands.
I'll tell you what, he was quality last weekend. I think he was a big difference. Obviously, Jeep's quite a young side this year. Just having that old head, I guess, sort of directed their forwards around. And Jeep's back row is in immense form at the moment. Like, it's going to be a big challenge for us in a couple of weeks. Like Matty Jekyll coming back from the broken jaw.
Yeah.
Just killed it.
We say it every week. He is unbelievable, that guy. I obviously don't know him personally, but as a player, man, he's a machine.
Off the field, he's
Same
even
bloke?
better.
He's a weapon. Yeah, you'd like to play him today after the Jeep's lunch yesterday. He's in good form.
You might be a chance.
He's someone I reckon that's very unlucky.
Yeah.
Like,
I've said that before as well. Agree.
I think there's a few players in the Cohen Herbert, I reckon, is another one. There's just, obviously everyone wants to be a 7 sometimes growing up, but there's a few players that you sort of watch them play club level and you're going, shit, maybe if you went somewhere else you'd actually get a bit of a crack. And you'd know one, old Tommy Jordan that plays for Glasgow.
Yeah.
I reckon he's a prime example. Like when I was with him in Hamilton, he was sort of wider NPC, like he was young, couldn't quite get in, went and played, was your club here?
Yeah.
And now he's playing for Scotland.
And he was in conversations to be that call-in for the Lions squad.
Yeah.
As well.
He played well last year at Spring Tour, I believe it was.
Oh, he's a freak. He's a weapon. He's one of those blokes as well, like as Tyler was just saying. Sarge is probably actually a similar person. You get him into a full-time setup and they completely change identities. Gibson Park as well, probably same thing as what you were saying. Like, get him in, just get him focused on doing what he's doing. He was obviously always very motivated, but just needed the platform to launch off. But as soon as he got his opportunity, mate, he was firing from day one.
Sometimes just a change of scenery helps a player too.
Oh, yeah.
Gibson Park going from the Blues to
Matt Hansen.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. Hey, Hansen's a great example.
Well, like people always say, I hate when I see this, but they're like, oh, like classic rugby Australia, how did we not keep Mac Hansen? Like, Mac Hansen wasn't the player he was now when he was at the Brumbies.
Yeah.
And if he was, he would have stayed here.
Yeah, exactly.
But he went there and it's just like those other guys, there's change of scenery, a new coach or some confidence.
change of play style.
Like,
I think Tane Edmed, like how well he played in the NPC in North Harbour last year. I think going to the Brumbies could be a good change for him too.
That's a good one, yeah.
I think it's a good get.
I think he could be pushing for a starting spot for Australia next year if he sort of gets his rhythm, because he kind of looks like he's staled out a little bit down at the Tars, and maybe that change of scenery can sort of propel his career, because I think he's got the skill set for it. We've seen it in one-off games, how well he can play. I just hope he's getting some consistency in his performance.
Old Tane.
Tane.
That hype, you know how he went and carved up in New Zealand, and then like he came back and everyone was like, oh, this is his year at the Tars. And I wonder if that pressure he just sort of didn't quite deliver that same. And as a result, like he was in and out of the team, few injuries. So fresh start, like a clean run of it at the Brums.
Yeah.
Could be the ticket.
I like it. Let's get back to the game quickly. Let's talk about, before we have a quick break at half-time, I guess give me an initial assessment of that first 40, Nicholas.
The Lions came out humming. The Wallabies did really well there to sort of fight back the momentum and get on the board. But that try on the stroke of half-time, I think, is a bit of a killer blow for the Wallabies. The Lions are just sort of doing it a bit within themselves at the moment. They've made a lot of errors in that first 40, so... the Wallabies will need to come out firing in the second half.
Tyler, half-time, what are they saying in Wallabies camp, you reckon?
Honestly, I think they're probably happy they're in it. I think they've been hanging on. I think that might be their only entry into the 22, and they've come away with points. So they're probably happy with where they're at because I don't think they've sort of played well at the moment. I think they've just scrambled well and sort of had a couple of things like that try that got disallowed go their way. So for them, I think that's probably a good chance to reset and hopefully come out in the second half and sort of get rolling because they're in the game at the moment on the scoreboard, but I wouldn't say they're in the game without. If you were watching this without the score, you'd probably think they're getting pumped.
Agree.
Yeah.
So, a couple of stats for you too, boys. The carry meters, 495 for the Lions, 246 for the Australian, that tells you a lot. Defenders beaten, 19 for the Lions, 8 for the Wallabies. I guess when you hear those numbers, what does that sort of tell you, Geordie?
Oh, I just think that exactly that. Like they're beating us for every two to our ones. They're getting gain line. They're getting post carry meters. They're being dominant in their tackles, and it all just kind of flows on. Like as Frizz was saying before, once you get a bit of front foot ball, if you've got a 9 or a 10 that can play on top, it just keeps generating front foot ball, and you can't be dominant then. Like it takes a massive effort play from an Australian player to halt that and stop it. But yeah, they're just playing on top of us, and they're getting easy meters, and it's watching the game, it's pretty evident that's exactly what's going on.
All right, we'll leave it there at half-time. I'll take a quick break for you. Work to do for the Wallabies. 17-5 at half-time. Stay with it. Eddie Quirk in the second half. Plenty to come. Hopefully, a Wallabies arrival. Back very soon. Alrighty, welcome in back to the Media Vintage Sports Network. Live watch along the Lions and the Wallabies. Test number 1. We've got some work to do in this second half. Will Genia, Lote Tuqiri joined us in the first half, if you just missed it. Ed Quirk joining us very shortly. He's a bit of a character, I hear, Nick Frisbee.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried.
About you?
Lucky it's late in the evening, so he might be able to unwind a bit.
As we see Hugh Jones here just dancing his way through traffic.
That's a big turnover off an attacking line out.
1 minute in, too. Jeez, it's getting tough here. Of course, alongside Nick Frisbee, Draw the Knack, Tyler Campbell. Geordie, what are your feelings, mate, as I see again your man Sheehan in the corner? This is the worst possible start to a second half. Jesus.
Yeah. This is I think this is probably what should have been happening 15 minutes ago. I think we were just talking off air. The scoreline was relatively close to just now, but if you add in the disallowed tries and the opportunities that kind of just went missing for the Lions, it'd be a very different story. And a minute and a half into the second half, they already get a second one from a hooker down in the corner. I think it's this could be a bit of a slippery slope if we don't sort of fix what we need to fix now.
You could tell there. Tyler, break that down for us.
Probably just got too far ahead of Tom Wright there. Like, he obviously covers the read, but didn't have enough to push to the...
Did very well to stay in.
Yeah, did well to stay alive, but kind of that first mistake just gave him just enough to get down in the corner there.
Hugh Jones starting to get plenty of good ball.
Yeah.
He's just had 2 big involvements to start the first half.
There's a bang over from the touchline as well.
It kind of does feel that, obviously the Lions forwards are doing well, but you're seeing a lot more of Tui Bulutu and Hugh Jones than you are of Iketel and Suoli here at this point.
Has Suoli touched the ball?
Yeah.
Suoli. What about the squareness of Tom Curry there?
Yeah, it's just about
7
to say.
on your back. He did well.
Yeah.
24-5, 42 gone. It is tough scenes early on here.
Ollie Connaughton's trying to FaceTime me right now.
Can't be doing that.
He's sitting on the Wallaby bench.
The bloke won't call in.
He's generally sitting on the Wallabies bench beside Zane.
Yeah.
I should send him a link.
Yeah.
Get him involved. Yeah, boys, 24-5. Before we move on to a bit of serious stuff, Classic Wallabies, mate. I hear you pulling the boots back on next week.
I am, yeah.
Bit of
Down in Melbourne.
Okay.
I'm very nervous. The Lions have named a really strong side.
Pinterest.
They've got a couple of guys that are just finished playing.
I think Shane Williams is playing.
Traditionally, the Classic Wallabies, we go and play
Bigger.
country. Yeah, Dan Bigger. We go and play muck around games. And, at least you can go out and know that you're probably safe. Playing an actual game against, former good guys, I'm now at 68 kilos. My nose is already broken. I'm worried.
Yeah.
Mike Tyndall as well is playing.
Mike Tyndall. We've got a pretty good side. I think I saw Stephen Larkham.
How's his hammies?
Oh, yes, big turnover. How's that not a knock on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. Need something.
Who we got? Petrus has been playing second grade for Bond recently.
Yeah.
Petrus
He's having a run,
He's
isn't
having
he?
a run for the Lions. I saw Isaac Boss, the ex-Irish halfback. He's having a run around. He was at Waikato my first year there. It was one of the old heads come back for a year. Great guy. So if you guys get on the piss, get him to Bossy.
It won't be if we get on the piss. It will be.
Where do you get on the piss?
That's the whole reason the game's on.
2 games or something. Is that right?
Yeah,
2
one
games.
in first game's in Melbourne next Thursday at Amy Park, and then the following week in Sydney, North Sydney Oval.
You're not doing
that'd be good.
No, one's enough.
Who's some of the big dogs in the Classic Wallabies?
We've got Gitz, Swoop,
Drew Mitchell?
Drew, Bernie Larkham. Haven't had a proper look at it. I think Willie G was in the mix there.
Handy.
Luke Burgess.
Sold out event, is it?
I just
Is that what? Yeah.
it was in my year then. Yeah.
Yeah.
North Sydney Oval sold out.
Outstanding.
How good's
Awesome.
that?
Lottie, he normally has a run around as
Yeah,
well. Big
lovely.
fella.
They're broadcasted too on Stan, mate. So we'll be watching along.
So Will at 9, he's pushing you up to 10.
Yeah.
Mate, I'll be very lucky to get on the field, which suits me just fine.
Just a social convener for the trip.
Yeah. Just down for a couple of cold ones, Geordie.
Yeah. Just a couple.
Do you guys ever play together at Jeeps? Or your
No,
We sort of just missed each other everywhere.
I think actually no, sorry. My first year out, I was at UQ. I think it was my second game in Prem grade. I would have been 18. Played Jeeps against you.
Yeah.
Broke my ankle. You probably don't remember this. You were the only fella who came into the change rooms after and checked on
I'm
me.
a good fella.
I know.
You are.
That
And I
doesn't surprise me.
And I was as high as a kite on the green whistle,
Where was that? At
At,
Jeeves?
at UQ.
uni?
Yeah.
I remember you
I don't remember that,
Snapchatting
Joy.
me when this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
We've got to stick together, mate, us halfbacks.
Yeah. We're a fragile bunch. Fragile
You
bunch.
two in particular.
Hey, mate, I saw your highlights earlier.
Yeah, I've
On
still got it.
the-
Yeah, I know. Look out.
In all seriousness, how hard did you have to go and search for those highlights?
Not hard, mate.
No?
Yeah,
Who,
2019.
whose were the
good-
hardest to find?
Yeah, yours are the hardest to find, brother. A can of worms there.
Mate, can we hear more about your playing days?
Yeah.
No, you don't hear that.
No, we do.
What do you mean?
Nah, up on university, mate. 2019 had a good year in first grade. So on the
You played first grade?
yeah, that was first grade there on the sting.
He was rep footy up until before then. He was.
Mate, I'm not just
Mate, I'm sorry. I've completely
Mate, don't put. I'm not
underestimated
just a
you.
media guy. Put some respect on the name.
Yeah, you've
No,
got
I was
some-
very much just a fringe first grade, a bit of second grade, and won the comp second grade 2015 for Bond. And
Mate,
then
I'll look at you with a bit more respect now.
I'm a 10-year veteran at Bond Uni.
Sorry,
Bloody
mate.
hell.
Did you get your 100 games?
No, because I had 3 shoulder reconstructions, so I'm on like 80. And that's
Come
not-
back. One
that's-
season.
That's 2 years though, I think.
No, it's not.
We played finals.
Don't you have the numbers on the books? Can't you just like?
Yeah, can you
Just push them up a bit.
just
I can
fudge
tell you
them
for
up?
free. I don't reckon Jake Upfield's played 100 games, but no one had any details of it, so he just winged it for his free piss.
Jacob, he's more of an idea than he's a person. He's like he's like an enigma.
Oh, one of a kind.
Yeah,
I really hope he's listening to this right now.
yeah. If he is, can we flag up like a picture of any random flag in the world and get him to tune in?
Yeah, that is incredible. To tell that skill set how he does
So
it.
we
Yeah,
have
so-
him, mate. What do we call it? We would say it's sort of autism.
It's 100% autism.
Every time he goes out, like showing people his party trick, and it's
What's Jake Upfield? Queensland Red.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
can you go on Wikipedia or the flag, and you scroll down, pick any flag on the list, and he knows the country, and most of them actually knows the capital city
Yeah.
too.
Jeez, that's a pretty unique skill.
And this isn't
It's
like
impressive.
it's impressive enough as it is, but he can do this at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like sort of spec. Like it doesn't really matter as to what state he's in. If anything, he gets better.
Yeah, and the best is people will
actually
go
is.
find the most random country, or like they'll try and find the one flag that's like triangle.
Yeah.
and he's just like,
But you can ask him
Boom,
as
boom.
well. It's like what flag has? Name 3 flags that have lines or like dragons on them or something like that,
Yeah.
and he'll just rattle them off.
just the flag man.
Yeah, he's the flag man. Yeah, it's Jake's autistic superpower.
Speaking of Jake Upfield, his right-hand man, Lukey Upfield.
Lukey.
Here's one for you, Geordie the Knack.
Luke
Luke
Papworth.
Lizards.
Yeah, the jerseys. It's good. So there's what I reckon probably 8 or 9 of us, maybe 10 of us now. I think these are old TSS jerseys or something back. Somehow Luke got to get a hold of them, and around a few beers one night we decided that we were going to enter in a social sevens teams in just like random comps. We haven't got to it yet, but yeah. The Louth Lake Lizards. That's us. So keep your eyes open, everyone. We'll probably actually need a few more players. So
There you go.
No, you're looking in the wrong direction.
At
not.
this rate, you're the only one not in retirement.
yeah. But yeah, there's some big things to come for the boys. We just got to find comps that are friendly enough to let a very social team compete. But in saying that, I think the roster that we've got rolling is actually some pretty good
Is
footy
that
players.
the official strip?
This is the official playing kit. Yeah. Playing in the old
The
Cottons.
Cottons.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Barley 10s, 2026.
Yeah, we talk about Barley 10s as well. We might get that on the roll. I don't know.
Speaking of Luke Papworth, he was a legend at Bond. Man, he could play back in his time.
He is.
Spiders.
He
Yeah,
still
he
is.
was unreal.
He still is. He's a freak.
Good Fraser here. He's very optimistic. Wallabies 30 plus, he says.
Fraser, mate, I think it's time for you to jump on Rivals and stop watching the game.
I hope so. No, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, Fraser. But
24-5.
yeah, got some work to do there.
Yeah.
We've got Georgia here just loving. Finn Russell is just carving up, isn't he? The way he, I guess, attacks the line. TC, you're a playmaker.
I've got to ask you, are these her questions? Are you queuing her up with some
Yeah.
big ones?
No, no relation, actually. No relation.
No relation?
No.
What was it?
Just Finn Russell is all class.
One thing is, you notice with the good ball players is the way they kind of use the ball. They're able to sort of shift it, and they sort of make defenders make the decision first, and then they pick the option. It's something Finn Russell's really good at. Izzy Katoa in the league at the moment with the Dolphins is unreal at it. They sort of fake one way, fake the other. They're just waiting for that defender to make the decision for them, and then they sort of play. And Finn Russell's been immense so far at doing that, and you're sort of seeing the Lions. It looks like it's about to get pretty ugly if there's another try in the next sort of couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're getting very free-flowing. Speaking of tours there, Friz, you play all around the world. Is there one spot that you just love to play? Footy, where it was France and Scotland. You've been everywhere, really.
Mate, South Africa, without
Yeah.
a doubt. Never had that much success there. Like a really tough place to go and play, especially like some of the places with the altitude, like Johannesburg, Bloemfontein, but Cape Town, South Africa. Our 20s tour, we did 4 weeks there, and it's just like it's beautiful. Everything's cheap so you can have a good time. It's good fun. Go back there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I know one place I've never been to. I hear like Joburg is just like the Sevens there, Cape Town too. Apparently, it's just party scene goes nuts.
Yeah, it would.
That's a bit of you.
The Sevens is great, and I feel like it's pretty sad that the Sevens is kind of dying off at the moment. I'm hoping they can find a way to sort of get that going again, because I've done the Dubai and Hong Kong, and both of those were unreal to be a part of. So
I reckon Brisbane. I know it's gone to Perth.
Yeah,
I'd love to see the Sevens come to Brisbane.
So that's the plan for.
Would have been us back in the day. Gold Coast.
Yeah, Gold Coast Sevens. That was
Is
good
it?
back in the day.
The GC Sevens, that could have been anything, but standard Gold Coast don't support like sporting teams.
We supported it.
Yeah, but us and 10
we could get a red card here, a yellow.
Yeah.
Shoulder.
It's pretty soft.
Shoulder to head.
nothing doing there.
I absolutely hate this.
So do I. What are you meant to
Yeah,
do?
what
This
else?
has got to be taken out of the game.
100%.
Going back 4 phases to look at stuff.
Yep, that's
Like,
a discussion we'll
come
have.
on.
But boys, in the meantime,
Weekly.
let's liven this place up. Let's bring a bit of juice to
Here
the
we
party.
go.
We're very lucky to be joined by 38 caps for the Queensland Reds, 39 for the Sun Wolves and Super Rugby, and still going around in Japan as well. Ed Quirk, hello Quirky.
How we doing, lads?
Good mate. How's so where are you right now?
I'm back in Brizzy, just at my joint in Clayfield, so back home now, which is nice.
Bundy rum. Yes.
Yeah, it's just this is my happy place, safe place. So
So before we get a bit loose here, Ed, you're still going around, going back to Japan soon?
yep, yeah, heading back in September, just ticking the ticket over, which has been good. So 10 years now in Japan, so knees are barely hanging on.
Mate, how they let you back each week is beyond me.
Oh, but mate, I don't even get let in my own house, so that's why I keep going back. So
Wani, mate, thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure to see your face. We had a little Reds reunion last week, mate. Good to catch up with a few of the boys. Is anyone in particular that you enjoyed seeing again?
mate, it was good. It was good to catch up with the boys. Obviously, different part of life now. A lot of us have got kids and responsibilities, so couldn't really carry on like back in the day. Pickle was there for about 20 minutes and then said he had work, but I know that Mrs. called him because his phone was blowing up. But that was good. Look, it was good to see some familiar faces. Obviously, I've been away for 10 years now in Japan, and look, there was a couple of standouts still. Obviously, Bowie Robinson always puts on a good form. He was selling his ebook out the front of Suncorp.
Anything for $1.
So anything for $1. So. No, it was good. We had a good time. Again, good to catch up with the boys.
Quirky, I was thinking back to, I was telling the boys about your change room dynamic with old Bowie. Can you tell us a few of the stories? Like the tuna cans in the locker just gets me every time.
Yeah, obviously he doesn't have the best rig going around in Aussie rugby or world rugby, but he was a sucker for a sale. So he used to buy about 100 tins of tuna from Aldi, and obviously didn't want to use a spoon, so he'd crack the tin and use the tin. So he'd be eating, it would be 40-degree day, he'd be eating chili tuna and have about 5 shots of black hot coffee mixed in with it, mate. So imagine sitting next to someone like that as well as looking at it. So that's sort of why I left the Reds early.
But he used to leave the tins when he was done in his locker. Like
That's
he wouldn't
horrific.
put them in the bin, and it was horrific. And then he went through
Shower
the stage.
steak.
Yeah, he went through the stage, the shower steak, and this is ridiculous. He went off protein shakes, and he just had this thing where he'd train and he'd just have like protein like steaks. So we'd all be in the ice baths and in the showers with our protein shakes. And Bowie's just in the shower holding a 3-day-old steak that's been in his locker. It's just getting saturated in the shower, just hoeing into the steak. Instead of a protein.
It was either corned beef or blade steak as well.
That's one of one. Jeez.
That's not
Quirky, I was thinking about our game against the Lions. Yeah, I don't know if you remember this, but Bowie got quite badly knocked out. You're probably pretty stoked. But remember he'd organised, like, we had a month off and we had a like a month of being on the piss organised. And Bowie had organised the lunch the next day. And I remember as he's going down, like, it was really bad, like ambulance on the field. And Rocket's like walking over, like, geez, I hope the lunch is still on tomorrow. No one's giving any care in the world about Barney. And then he's ambulanced off. And after the game, we're like, oh, we should probably check in, see how Bowie's going. Check your phone. He's at Fridays already. He's gone to the hospital, walked in, walked straight back out, and he's at the bar at Fridays, bought himself a beer, and he's going, where are you? I'm waiting, hurry up.
Because he needed someone to shout when we got there. So, yeah, mate, I remember that very vividly. I was right near him. He had a big head clash with Vunipola, and he was asleep, really badly asleep. So, again, not good to see, but if anyone on earth could bounce back from a severe concussion, it was Barney, and he wasn't going to miss the party.
Quirky, we'll come back to a bit of footy for the time being. What have you made of this so far, and I guess in particular the back row battle?
Mate, I was just watching here, mate, Tom Curry. He's just on another level tonight. If you're thinking about, tough footy, mate, he's mincing blokes. Him and Ellis Genge, mate, they're just they're the difference for me at the moment. I'm heavily looking at the breakdown at the moment, and I think we're getting schooled there a bit, getting a bit bullied, and we just you can't have that in the Lions tour especially. So I think that'll be hotly looked at for this second game. But, mate, those two blokes have been standout and, been bullying our boys, I reckon.
Mate, just from not so much a Lions question, but probably just your own personal experience and sort of where you've been in footy. I know you just said this is 10 years in Japan. Probably since me and Tyler finished school, which have been, probably nearly 10 years ago, there's been a lot of Aussie boys sort of finishing up here, maybe doing 20s and then going across. How is the standard of footy over in Japan at the moment? I know there's the 3 leagues going on and there's sort of a bit of disparity in and amongst it, but there's some world-class players going over there, and the players like Dylan Riley at the moment is probably my biggest one. Was pretty good in Australia, didn't really sort of get a crack, and went over, got his eligibility, and now he's sort of locked down that starting position in the national squad over there. So,
yeah, mate, that was sort of one of the reasons, like, a bit of background, was obviously playing some good super before I left and got to the Sunwolves, had a lot of Kiwi coaches and Japanese coaches, and I remember the first 2 weeks they were like, mate, your skill's shithouse, like it's terrible. And I was sort of like a bit taken back and sort of like, righto. And then as games were going and I played a bit of top league, just the speed of play and the skill that a lot of these boys have across the park, it's red hot. And and they're good at building guys too, It's interesting you bring up like Dylan Riley and Benny Gunter and that, I think Australia has, if you're not earmarked at school, then you're done with. And these boys have gone over, they've been given time, and now look at them, they're, mate, like world beaters. And I think Japan gives a lot of blokes time to mature and find their game. Big skill game, big contact game. So I think a lot of those boys flourish. And then, if you're not really getting a crack, a lot of guys shoot over and then, make their way. And look, sometimes it's harder to get out than in Japan. As you can tell by me, I would have got rid of me years ago, but here I am.
Quirky obviously bumped into a couple of weeks ago at the Lions. We probably both had a bit too many at that point, but what do you think sort of they've been good at this tour, and what do you think the Wallabies sort of need to do if they want to come away with a couple of wins? Well, this game's looking unlikely, but moving forward.
Yeah, look, I think we can't. I think the hardest thing over the last few years with the Wallabies is we've had to like reinvent the game with like the way we play with all the different coaches and stuff. So I think we probably come into this wanting to like, well, this is how we're going to beat them, where we probably just need to play our own brand of footy. I know it's going to be physical against these fellas, and look, I think it's hard too, as Frizz knows. I know he played a lot off the pine, but the more games you play, the better you are. So like these blokes are 7 games in, so cohesion, they're a bit battle hardened. And I think the Wallabies, had the shake up against Fiji, and so they need to be better game 2, and just come with their own tactics, not tactics where I reckon they think they can beat the Lions with it, just their own stuff.
Mate, there's no way you came up with that answer on your own. Did you read that? Was that in the paper or something this week?
No, well, my iPad's just in front of me with ChatGPT stuff just following me in. So.
The bundy's back in.
Quint, can I tell the story of how we first met?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Because I'd like to hear your perspective too. So, Quirky, We go away to Queensland schoolboys, and what would the year be? 2008. Quirky's the big dog, like GPS rugby star. He's an absolute Adonis, and Queensland won. First day of the comp, he flipped someone on their head, gets red card, and gets suspended. And the whole concern about the whole tournament was that, oh no, Ed Quirk wouldn't be in the Aussie schoolboys. He's going to be suspended. And they had a big judicial hearing. He flew his manager in. This is a guy in grade 12 to get him off the hook. Anyway, this is all going on. I'm sort of hearing this secondhand in the Queensland twos. I'm like, geez, this Ed Quirk guy's an absolute wanker, which, to be fair, is still true to this day. And we walked past him on the stairs, and I'll never forget this. You stood at the top of the stairs, and I was coming up the stairs, and I put my hand out to say, "G'day, how are you, mate?" And you just, mate, complete brush me, walked straight, didn't even acknowledge that I was there.
No recollection of that, mate, at all. Now, look, I do remember that. Like, there are two things went through my head. I sort of thought he doesn't have a pen and paper to get my John Doe, and then I thought, mate, look at this poor little kid. Like, because we were staying in the dorms down in Canberra, I thought he was just some little, like, Canberra country kid, like grade 6 or 7, who was boarding, and I was sort of like, mate, this poor bloke's off to get boarding dinner, you know, like parents are paying for him to board. And then turns out I ran into him later on, and I was just like, mate, this bloke is actually playing for Queensland too. What a gimme for this poor fella. So then, but we made amends, and he tells this big story, and everyone's just like, mate, terrible story, roll on. So like, that's Frizzy sort of claimed the fame that he runs that one through the gauntlet until everyone meets me, and they're like, mate, you're a great bloke. And I was just like,
Quirky, can I touch on the Sunwolves and that experience? I personally love watching the Sunwolves back in the Saturday afternoon, the Sun, Japan. How was that experience, and would you love to see some like a Japan team back in Super Rugby one day?
Massively. I reckon there was sort of a miss, or from a marketing point of view, that was a bit of a miss for getting rid of them. Going it every year was awesome. That's probably the most fun footy I've ever had. You know, there was such a mixed bag. We couldn't know Georgians, Fijians, Japanese, everyone under the one umbrella. So it's still probably the best footy that I've enjoyed and played, getting to travel the world. You know, we're in South Africa's conference there. Heard you boys talking about South Africa before jumping on, and we were 6 weeks there at a time. So it was awesome, mate. And look, I think Japan's hurting not having them having that experience in Super anymore.
Can you tell the story about the Sunwolves trip to Brisbane with you and your old man and your brother, or is that best left untold?
That's probably best left untold.
Okay, no worries.
Enjoyed ourselves a little bit too much. And it was a bit of a family affair.
Okay, leave it there. Quirky, I guess you seem like a man, pretty colourful character. What are some of your stories on tour with this man Frisbee over the years? Anything you can share?
Oh, look, it was always fun first, footy second for Frizz. We sort of footy was third really. Look, mate, we had a young group, we had good cohesion, and we ran off, culture was king. So we had some epic trips in Africa where, it was 28 guys who were double D really throughout those weeks. And, it worked. It worked. We, bunch of young boys having fun.
I don't think we ever won a game in South Africa.
Well, it didn't really matter. Like, I'm talking off the field, we won. So,
third half.
Yeah, we were more just, let's get this game done and dusted before, and then, let's enjoy the real tour. So, I had some rippers there with Frizz and the boys, just pinch your moment stuff, boys from Brizzy over in Cape Town, and, early morning sort of, what was it, Bailey's in the coffee, Frizz?
Yeah.
That was always a good one, just to tick us off before we got into it, so... some of the best times of your life.
I'll never forget that moment. I won't say his name, but we'd had a pre-planned drink the first couple of days in Cape Town, and so we had a good first couple of days, and then it went too far, and the coaches weren't happy, and the guy who was our captain at the time stood up in the team meeting 9 a.m. and said, "All right, boys, everyone's got to get serious now. It's time to stop drinking." He was holding a coffee in his hand at the time that had a shot of Bailey's in the bottom of it because he was so hungover. So I won't mention his name. Quirky will know who he was. But it was seriously like that. And, you get off the plane and you put your bag in the hotel, throw your jeans on straight out and into them. Good times, Quink.
No, that's what I'm hoping. You know, the Lions stuff, obviously against, we're talking about that Brizzy game against the Reds, and that obviously there wasn't as much atmosphere as we were sort of hoping for. But like from what you can see tonight around Brizzy and all that, it'd be a bad day to be a beer. It's good to sort of see that sort of footy come back in over the ditch to us. I think that's what's been missing over the last few years is that that real culture around footy and that good time that it can bring.
And finally, before we let you go, Quirky, I guess for you, you're just going to keep playing till you can't anymore? What's the plan?
Well, I came home and had a bit of a clean out on my knee, and I've lost about 80% of my meniscus. So until that 20% gives up, I'm just ticking them over.
Do you reckon you stay in Japan upon retirement? Like you've enjoyed it that much, you'll come home?
Oh, look, I've got 3 young kids here in Brisbane, and they stay here, so I'll definitely be heading back over. Nah, mate. Yeah, look. I've loved it over there. I've made a good life for myself over there. Got a lot of good connections at the teams I've played, and I'm doing a bit of coaching while I'm back here in Brisbane for Brisbane Grammar. And look, I enjoy that side. That sort of keeps you engaged in footy still. And look, I've been asked by a couple of teams I played for that once I'm done playing if I'd help out. So I'll come back and reconnect here for a bit and see where it takes me. But Japan's sort of second home, really. So I'll be looking forward to maybe heading back over to help out where I can.
Good to hear. Frizz, anything more for the great man?
No, thank you, mate. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Ed Quirk. Appreciate you coming on.
I'm sure you do, mate. I'm sure you do.
Enjoy your rest of your time off, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you, Ed Quirk, jumping on today on the live stream. As you see, back to the live action, boys. 24-10. We're looking at this for the last 15 minutes.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah,
like, what is the ruling here? So he's gone to jackal him and
dragged him over,
and then he
4
scored.
metres out.
I've never seen that before.
Like, it's never happened. Like, I don't actually know what the ruling is.
But also, if he's being pulled over the line from someone hanging onto the ball,
penalty
that should be a
holding
penalty
on.
for hanging on, right?
Yeah, that's what Morgan
Here we
Turner
go,
just said.
I reckon that's a no-arms grass cut by the 8.
Yeah,
You know what's sad? If this gets awarded a try,
yes, they're going
that's my multi, and I didn't even put it on.
They're going to penalise him for the tackle first.
Didn't you say, you said 1 to 12, didn't you? Lions?
Yeah, but if it's a kick under the post, it's 12.
Yeah, you got 20 to go, though.
Yeah, so the try's
but,
off.
Like, I'm looking good.
Okay.
You are looking good. Wait, well,
So they're going to cancel the try, but they give him a penalty for the tackle.
Yeah. I just don't think you can award that, especially when you didn't award the Hugh Jones standing up one before.
Yeah.
No idea what the rule is on this.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
do you like Ben O'Keefe as a referee, Tyler?
No, because he didn't call that forward pass against the Crusaders 2 years ago in the
Still
Chiefs game.
holding on to that, yeah.
No, I do like him as a ref. One thing I will give him is he doesn't blow his whistle too much. So he kind of lets the game flow a bit more. And, yeah, he does miss a few things here and there, but I think where rugby struggles at times, and we talked about going back with the TMO earlier on, but it becomes too stop-start at times. So I do like that he lets the game flow and sort of makes it a bit more of an exciting watch.
Spencer jumping on here. Little red on the Rumbos, how good. Frizz, he seems like an absolute weapon of a human.
Yeah, Quirky's the best. Like, in all seriousness, just an outstanding human being. Like, one of the greatest guys you could ever meet. And just hilarious. Like, he was the best I ever saw in the change rooms for, like, having fun, getting the boys up. He was always giving people shit, and more often than not, like, it was just hilarious.
And on the field, too, hell of a player. He was a
so good.
back rower.
His body sort of not gave way on him, but as he was coming through, he had like 3 or 4 shoulder recons, and then I think maybe 2 knees as well. And that kind of just crippled him at the Reds, and then like he went to the Sunwolves and carved up.
Yeah.
But even when he was at the Reds, like he was killing it. Injuries just sort of curbed his momentum there.
So 24-5, 19 to go. Honestly, it hasn't been a fantastic game, to be fair.
We talked about the Hugh Jones, how that got the Wallabies back in it. Now it's a flip. This try's been disallowed, and now you've compounded it with a collapse maul penalty from that penalty, and Lions are back on attack here.
Real classic first test.
Yeah.
I remember Lote was saying, like, it feels like...
Oh, you're getting penalised. Yeah.
Is that not balking?
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, 50-22. Get out. No, stay in. Oh.
Billy Pollard. Frizz, what were you saying?
just like a real classic first test. A lot he was making comparisons to like an Origin 1 as well. Like typically pretty scrappy, and then like both sides sort of improve through the series. Like the Lions have been good. They've probably let a few opportunities go on. The Wallabies have been kind of continued on from where they were against Fiji, to be honest. Made a lot of little errors. Just haven't been able to get into
Oh,
it.
you've got to
no
win
way.
that. You've got to win that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pandiaki on the field as well.
I think the Lions have been a lot better this game than they have been when they play in the super teams a lot as well.
Liner off, Donaldson on as well.
You know what? Aussies looked a lot better the last 10 minutes because their midfield has actually been carrying.
Are we doing too much of this?
Interesting.
Unless
No.
this-
No.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't a wizard.
Wow.
That was probably a chance there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just about to rip out Harry Wilson.
Well, I
Kicking
feel like
it.
all we've done is kick.
I was.
We've kicked so much.
he's got this
Let's
in
take
him,
a look at
doesn't
it.
he? We've seen this before.
Yeah, you almost back him to finish some of the ones he's finished this year.
Oh, the last bounce.
Oh, that sucked. It's been a bit like that for the Wallabies. I feel like they've lost a lot of those 50-50 bounces tonight.
See the turf just then as well? Looked very like clayey, didn't it?
Well, they played a Dolphins-Cowboys game on this Thursday night.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I
they
know,
were
mate.
I know you do. I'm surprised that it was turning up a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw Harry Wilson said they did their captain's run, and he said it was really slippery underfoot, which is
It looks dewy. Yeah.
unusual for Brisbane. Like Lottie was
Suncorp.
saying, Suncorp is nearly like always pristine.
You've seen those goals from Harry Wilson for brothers coming through.
Hey, he did one this year for the Reds, and Fraser scored.
Yeah.
Was that against the Crusaders?
Yeah, wasn't it the
I know the one
semi-final,
you're
the
talking
quarter?
about. Yeah.
Might have been the quarter final.
Oh, Donaldson. All right, Nick. I got one for you. If you could take 3 league players out of league and put them in the Wallabies, which 3 would you take?
Oh. Man, I reckon the obvious one is Nathan Cleary, which has been spoken about.
Do you think he'd be like a 10? And
I reckon he'd be
class?
an awesome 10, yeah.
Okay.
I think you give him a couple of years to learn the game. I think his
Yeah.
kicking, all-round kicking's unreal. Goal kicking's good, and he'd probably be the best defensive 10 in Australia too, because man can tackle.
Yeah.
Mate, number 2, Payne Haas.
Yeah.
I put him on the back of the scrum
were
at
you
number
playing
8.
eight?
Mate, he could play 12
We played with his older brother.
Jonah.
Yeah.
at
Payne
TSS.
played 8
No, he.
Union growing up too.
Yeah.
Did he?
When he
Yeah.
was like all that junior gold stuff when that was a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think back of a scrum, and you know the thing about him is he's so fit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
I mean,
for
he's
his
a-
size. So I think he'd fit in perfectly as an 8. Obviously, wouldn't be a line-out option.
No.
Last guy, go back to the well, back 3, had some good success, the Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be good.
And he was a Union,
Yeah.
Brisbane Grammar.
Brisbane Grammar.
What about someone like Stephen Crichton?
Crichton would be, I reckon, a good 13.
Handy.
Just such a good defender, like his defensive reads, and very good at like that outside break and getting his like long fend out.
Brian
Here we
Toller.
go.
Oh, that's
here we go.
That's too long.
Need a kind bounce here for Jaw. Go.
Oh my God, that's
no,
freakish.
no, get there.
Oh, we had advantage.
Oh man, they can't catch a trick at the moment.
Got to give credit to Jorgo, because he had a lot of hype, obviously coming straight out of school, straight into the Tars, and he's sort of handled it well and actually lived up to expectations when he's healthy.
As we take a moment here as well, the All Blacks again. Tyler, they were pushed early, but in the end,
Could not win a line out to save ourselves tonight.
Mm.
Obviously, a late change with Luke Jacobson getting ruled out in warm up probably doesn't help that, but I think it's I know it's not French's top team, but it probably wasn't the All Blacks' top team tonight. So to build that depth and come away with the wins, obviously a big positive. But I think there's a lot of improvements from this test that needs to happen. There seems to be a lot of talk about the South Africa games. I think we've still got Argentina to play first.
Got
Yeah.
Marcus Smith coming on, by the way, in this
Yeah.
game.
So no, it's Oh, Noah actually went to the game.
I saw photos of him down at training the other day.
yeah, it's good to see him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went for a suit fitting for his brother's wedding with him the other day.
Oh yeah, how
3
was it?
days post surgery.
Good spirits.
Yeah, just kept tapping him on the shoulder and then standing on the other side because he had to do full circles because he couldn't move his neck. Just being a pest.
So here we go. Can the Wallabies get their second?
Come on. This is a very interesting setup in the zone, having
Yeah.
like your backs all in there. Too high. They're just getting smoked at this physical.
They've unleashed the bench. They're all on there.
Tizano's good near the line.
Pollard.
The difference of like the speed that we do this. Like, I know you need to be patient on the line, but the lines, they're still, even when they're tightening it up and playing the patience game, they still play quite quickly.
They just win the breakdown, eh? Like, we just seem to get this ball comes out so slow. There we go. That's a quicker one.
Arkies.
Like, look at that.
McRae.
So I think even defensively, like if you watch the Lions' first 2 steps off the line in defence, like they're already up over ad line.
Yeah, and again, coming off, eh?
Yeah.
Is that
There
there?
we go. Try.
Who was it?
It's going to be that
That's
man.
it.
You just picked it. Tizano again. Man can find a try. All right, the Wallabies get their second 24-10-13 to play. Don't think there is enough time.
Yeah, we'll see. If they keep going the way they've been going the last 2 minutes, they could push it.
Man, he's so strong.
Yeah.
Close to the line.
Just a ball of muscle. Really interesting character.
Yeah. Seems like a great personality. Colourful.
Yeah, like, I reckon it's good. The more personalities you have in the game, the more people that are going to get eyes on. And obviously, his TikTok and stuff. I know there was a bit of backlash around vlogging in camp. With the Wallabies.
Vlogging?
What's vlogging?
You mean vlogging?
Vlogging? I don't know, mate. Do I look like I walk around with a camera?
I don't know.
There you go.
Frizz, what you do? You know you carry your camera around and do your vlogs?
What? That's your territory, mate.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Geordie's people.
What's it called? Vlogging?
Yeah, I think so.
vlogging.
I think it's
Nah,
vlogging.
mate.
It's definitely not vlogging.
Is it technically?
Well, my way sounds cooler, I reckon.
Okay. Yeah, what's your take on that then? Grow the game, but don't do it too far in camp?
Well, no, I think the backlash, like, he's not doing it in camp. And I think it's probably to do with sponsors. You don't want the Wallabies probably don't want to get caught and
Don't you reckon
stuff
that's
around
the
it.
stuff people want to see?
Yeah, 100%.
Like the leagues do heaps of it. They got guys, they let them like
Film everything.
film everything.
It's like the Crichton clip. It was like Crichton to and Spencer Lenu that went viral when they're like, who's the captain of the Bulldogs? And Stephen Crichton's the captain, and he goes, oh, Isaiah Yo. Doesn't he? Like that sort of stuff. Oh, Len Hickertau off.
What do they do here? Kellaway's on.
Callaway's 13. Suoli'i to 12. Because they didn't put a midfielder on the bench, and they don't have Filippo's not there either.
Jeez, if we jag another one quickly,
Yep, never say
there's
never.
plenty of time left.
They're going for it.
We haven't done enough of this, I don't reckon. We haven't tested them on the edges enough.
As you said, we all said it really, Tate does bring a spark off the bench.
Yeah.
He just brings the energy.
This is where we'll see him.
Yeah, he needs to be good in this area.
That's good.
Good kick.
Potter, oh.
Oh, Freeman's not good after that.
'100th cap today between the Lions and England for Atoje.
Toja, yeah. He's
Really?
a weapon.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So did they celebrate it as his 100th, or did they wait for the 100 for England?
I reckon they wait for England. But between the two, 93
So
and
he'd have like
100 international caps,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
But he'd still have like what, 15 more.
it's 93 for England, I believe.
Yeah,
7
there
for
you
the Lions. Yeah.
Marcus Smith's another
That's
one who's
forward.
got
That's
that
forward.
that Tate effect.
Yeah.
Can bring a bit of spark to a game.
Oh, wow. Random.
That's the best accidental charge down I've seen.
Yeah. That's a penalty.
This is what they do so well too.
Oh, he's lost it. Yes.
Yes, there we go. All right, something.
Do you have
The
a
Lions have been running that shape really well the last few games. Like, they just get sweepers from one side coming all the way around to the other, and all the forwards that are parked out are just running down lines, and they almost just run like a block on a block on a block, and just squaring people up. It's good to watch when they get it done well.
They had him there again, Geordie, that same shape. He'd almost just give that straight away to Hugh Jones. I don't think he needed to go around the back of Tate there.
Yeah.
They're real good at playing that shape, but like catching it flat.
There's the girls.
Yeah, the Wallaroos.
Oh, Wallaroos. When are they off?
They got 2 more games against the Welsh. First one at Ballymore next Saturday. And then the World Cup, we got Samoa first. We saw Caslick had surgery though on her ankle.
I did.
So that's going to be a bit of a get her back. Well, also, other news, the R360. You heard much about this week, Nick? It's a rugby league topic as well.
I actually have, yeah.
Go, what is it?
The new comp with the Saudi money.
Yeah, Mike Tyndall.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a rugby league?
No,
I
rugby
genuinely
union.
It
thought
is a
you guys
rugby
were talking about a
union
car for a second.
Guys, read your headlines.
Oh.
Kellaway.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're trying to pinch all your Pappenhausens and your
It's an interesting
hammers.
concept, mate.
Yeah.
It really is.
So it's Mike Tyndall. He's the one
What
behind
year does
it.
it start?
Well, they're trying to do it now, but ideally September. It's going to be like an F1 or Live Golf of rugby. Is what they're trying to do.
Oh, that'd be good.
If
I'd
they
be
want
around
a
that.
Fat 12,
I like
I'm
live
available.
golfs.
Mate, they've been sniffing around the Aussie players as well for
yeah.
like at least 12 months. I know that there's guys that have
that's what
signed deals with them.
So apparently they've
But-
offered Roger Tuivasa a check $1 million, and
Yeah.
he's on the end of it.
I heard it was
so imagine
2
some
mil.
of the prime guys. Like, yeah, if he's getting that, what are some of the top dogs getting now?
So it's a comp in Saudi. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Isn't it like a F1 style where
So 16 different
7 circuit
locations.
style
Oh,
where
wow.
go around like tournament
In
style
a
footy?
September to October window, then
It's not
August
7, say it's 15.
15th, June, 2 different windows. So they can still play tests and super.
Fat 12, will take a couple $100K.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, surely.
Just pay for my lunch. I'll be right. Get me there.
Free beers. Free beers and I'm en route.
Yeah.
You watch a bit of Cash go Frisbee's way, he'll be fit
Yeah.
real good straight away. Oh, I'm good to go now.
That's what this classic Wallabies is. It's just a,
It's a
just
trial.
a one last
No.
tick. Yeah.
He just needs some tapes, new tapes.
Yeah.
Oh,
We get like a Lucaplast sponsor or
even
something
add
on there.
media
Deep
training.
Yeah,
can
yeah.
jump on board.
oh. It's interesting to see that sort of mark. Oh, you obviously look at like Ronaldo on
Wow,
get
they're
like
gonna go
half an oil company and few hundred mil to play in a soccer league. Like if rugby can get
Craziness.
into that market, obviously it's going to help it grow.
Yeah,
I don't know
good.
if I want to be living over there at the moment though.
You reckon it's good?
Well, it's good for the game as a globally, isn't it? If we're talking about rugby more, isn't that a positive? Obviously, it's not good nationally if we're losing our players,
It depends if they're going to let them play internationally.
but they're doing it so they can play for the Wallabies still.
What's more important though, like talking about rugby or having quality rugby competitions?
You're right.
Because if it's about talking about rugby and they're targeting Ryan Pappenhausen and like, that's not. Really
It's not. It's
talking
a
about
threat to rugby league. That's what it is as well.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. As a national code, probably a threat, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a conversation. But money, man, big
Yeah.
cash. It's hard, eh?
They're not really worried about investing in their own, like making a bid to play in a World Cup, are they?
No, it's.
It's more just having a league and
I think so. Yeah.
tax write-off for them.
Live golf style. Yeah. As Smith knocks over another 3, 27-12. Boy, this one's.
5 to go.
It's not good for you 1 to 12 here. All my.
Doesn't matter.
I'm 13
Facilities
plus,
try
so-
and
True.
happen.
Hey,
I'm 13 plus.
you're flying.
Hey,
Yeah.
I had the line. That's about it.
Yeah, you're looking all right there.
Are we making any changes, boys?
I've got.
I think Ballantini, if he's fit, has to come back in.
What's this? What's his story? What's his injury?
I don't know. It's been kind of kept under wraps.
Go.
I've been trying to get like the little bits of goss.
Lower leg, I thought.
Yeah.
Calf.
If it's
Knee.
calf, I
But
think
aren't
he
you
might be
supposed
out.
to be the detail here?
Why am I supposed to be
That's
that?
a rubbish.
You're the
kick.
guy in the media.
so's
Exactly.
Frizz.
Yeah, don't you have like a secret WhatsApp group chat with just everyone?
Yeah, the way you're going, I'll add you to it soon.
who needs to be in the know. Yeah,
You're gonna
please-
see my number added and
Please
then
add me
removed.
to it. Please add me to it and watch the carnage unfold for 26 minutes before
I
I
can't.
get booted.
Frizz's admin, ask him.
I'm just trying to read about Valentini.
Um,
Does Skelton come in? I mean, they're both in.
I think Skelton-
Pending.
I think you go both if they're fit.
I think, like Willie said it in the first 15
Physical,
minutes,
yeah.
we've been dominated physically.
You
Great
just need
take.
a big body in
Yeah.
there just to just
Oh.
do some dap.
Why,
bro?
Harry?
You would
You had a 4
actually,
on
it's
2.
a fit. Oh no, it's not.
But he had a 4 on 2.
One kick almost worked, so we went for another.
Yeah. I don't,
Yeah, I think Valentini needs to come in. Will Skelton a bit more size. I honestly think, like, obviously they've got quick wingers, but they're not getting into that space at the moment. I think they need to get a big winger in there as well. Filippo. Peach,
Yeah.
one of them. Peach or Filippo Dongun. I just think someone else that can help get them over the gain line and sort of generate a bit quicker of ruck ball.
Where's the Tongan Thor?
He's playing in
he's
that Pacifica
Tuesday.
game.
So
now.
these guys playing on Tuesday, they don't back up Saturday. Isn't that what he's saying that? Filippo and...
I think you'd only put guys who maybe you would be considering for the bench. But definitely, obviously, wouldn't be starting.
Filippo's a good bench man, I would have thought.
Yeah. Covers 13, back 3.
Now let's go 10. Liner, do you go again? Hit and stick?
I think you have to with Liner.
Why did he come off just now? Was it a sub or was it
Donaldson.
because it was just after he got ran over by
Yeah, I thought it was just a sub,
Bundy
but
or
could
Sione
be
or
wrong.
whatever.
But I feel like he's just unleashed all of them.
Oh, that wasn't Jogger. What do
He
you got?
wasn't
Go,
bad.
Jogger.
It was just like they just dominated
Well, good
possession. He didn't
Yeah.
have too many opportunities with the ball. So I think based on what we've seen, he starts again. I would love to see Tate start just because I think like a fast start is so important. Like we've seen times where he started against the All Blacks where he comes on, he jags an early try, and then just really sparks us.
You don't agree, Tyler? What do you think?
No, I definitely agree because I thought they started awful in this game.
Yeah.
Obviously, the kicking battle's a big thing, but at this point, I don't think the Wallabies have anything to lose. I think they got to go out all guns blazing and play probably some of their best attacking weapons because we've talked about them being dominated physically, and I think it's come off the back of they haven't got dominant carries, they haven't got good cleans, their ruck ball's being dreadful.
This guy's been to every game, by the way.
Loves it. They're on tour.
Yeah.
You reckon he goes out like that after?
Hope
Yeah,
not.
definitely.
I respect it. He'll be in Sukasa later.
Sukasa.
Is that where you're going?
No.
Of course not. Don't be silly. James O'Connor, what do you do with him? Do you give an opportunity?
Did he get hurt? Because I saw the photo of him like,
He just got banged
he's
up,
got
I think.
busted.
Yeah.
Banged
It's been a while. He's been at a national camp.
here we go. Nope.
Oh!
Did he just push off Hugh Jones?
Yeah.
You're going to clip that on Monday. That's it. They'll be in the court session for the Lions. I love their media, by the way.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They go behind the scenes and they do exactly what we were just talking
They're
about.
doing
They
they do a vlog every week.
yeah, they do a vlog every week.
Forward.
Go Potter.
He's
He's
been
a
good.
wizard.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, to be fair, both wingers have been good. It's kind of a tough one because I don't know. I just feel like they're lacking a bit of size.
Yeah. I reckon if
Thought he's been good too.
If we
since
put
he's come
someone
on.
like Will Skelton in, like just a big body who can take some carries, build some momentum.
There he
Go
goes.
Tatey. Yes.
Here we go.
Wow.
McDermott.
Kick it,
in.
kick it, kick it. It doesn't really matter, actually.
Our last 15's been solid.
Better.
Bench has given us a bit.
It's done exactly what you wanted to do with Tate.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me, George?
All right, 27-19.
It's getting late.
Yeah. All right, we're still live, boys. Yeah. Hang on, son.
So I haven't get two halfbacks on set, mate.
Yeah, I know.
I told you one's enough.
Good try though. Back to footy.
I've actually got to make it to the Caxton in 20 minutes now.
There you go. Dillbags coming in. The great man saying rabbit straight into 10, he reckons. James O'Connor. So,
I don't mind it.
remember 12 years ago, he started in that test at the MCG and he won it.
One thing I like
He's got
about
the-
O'Connor as well is just the tempo he plays with at times. And you saw it with the Saders. Like, yeah, he's going to be able to be real good at getting like those little passes and just speeding up the game.
Yeah.
We just talked about they need something different in their attack. It could be something to look at. Do you have a shot off this kickoff, surely?
You'd have to, wouldn't you?
What else you got? Final minute.
Who's your man in the match?
That's a good shout.
I feel like Tom Curry might get it.
Yeah.
He'll
Yeah.
be one of the
I think one
forwards
of you
for
boys
sure.
said that for man of the match. Yeah.
That's why I said it.
Tyler,
Hugh Jones.
Hugh Jones.
been
Yeah,
pretty
so
good.
busy.
good.
Yeah.
He's been busy. That's good. Well put, Jordan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Whoa.
Typically, the Lions make a few changes as well.
Yeah.
Part of a tour.
Oh,
wow.
Big squad.
Do you see Bundy coming in? Does he get a crack to start? Or you
Nah, I think
Stoney's
Tui
too
Pulo
good?
2 played
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason you'd make a change in this test is if someone didn't play
Hurt.
well. And I don't think there's anyone in the Lions team I've looked at and thought they've been poor.
Yeah.
The only thing they'll be disappointed in is they...
Oh,
no,
jeez.
please don't.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, wow.
yes.
Here we go.
What about that?
Oh,
For
That's
Fraser?
not.
No.
No. Oh,
This is going to ruin the 1 to 12.
no, full time. Come on.
Mate, he worked from the other side of the field to get there, Fraser. That was awesome.
They're going to play the line out.
I need this for my 13 plus. I need something to happen.
Marcus Smith calling the line out here.
That was actually not a bad passage of play for Australia, though. Like, realistically.
It looked good, But I will say
They didn't go anywhere. But
they started on the 22 and
Yeah.
went back to the try line.
yeah,
There's just those like winning the collisions. If they're doing that moving forward, they're probably scoring points.
yeah.
He's been immense too, actually.
Yeah, he's in the conversation, man of the match.
Otoje, we're talking about.
Yes.
Getting on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, what do I do now? Do you almost just put this to bed now when you're doing this?
Yeah. There's nothing to gain
Yeah.
down there.
You know what? He's probably going to cop that. He's copping a spray from that on the media.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? Run for your own goal? Like, there you go. Full time, 27-19, Test 1, and Lions go up 1-0 in the series, boys. Pretty comprehensive in the end. A bit of fight late, but Lions always on top.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we kind of spoke about it early on. I think that was... There was actually a better... From my perspective, it was a better fight from Australia than I thought we were going to get. But, yeah, I think we're still a fair bit off the mark from where we need to be to... I wouldn't put that down as a competitive performance. I think there was aspects where we were, but also if you add in a lot of the missed opportunities that Lions left out there, disallowed tries, late knock-ons, like I don't think we're still a fair bit away.
Frisbee, takeaways?
Oh, mate, I agree exactly with what Geordie said. Really impressive last 20. Thought, to fight back. The game, it wasn't quite gone, but it sort of was. But still, to come back and jag a few tries was well done from the bench. But could have been anything.
Yep.
2 disallowed tries in the first half, twice held up over the line. Both sides definitely be better for the run, but I agree with Geordie. We've got some territory to make up if we're going to be competitive game 2.
Tyler Campbell, the last thought from you.
Yeah, I think touching on the last 20, I think it's put a blueprint of what they need to do to be competitive. But yeah, I don't feel like they were ever in the game.
No.
And I think there'll be a good feeling for most people, and score probably doesn't reflect that. But I think the good thing is where they need to improve, and it's in the collision area.
Yep.
And I think you can do that in a week with the right personnel and the right mindset. I think they're not going to be unprepared for it next week. They know how physical it's going to be, and if they turn that around, I think they're going to be a lot better for it. But at the same time, I thought the Lions left a lot out there, and I expect them to come back twice as good as well. So hopefully next week's a bit more interesting of a test, because I did find that a bit stop-start and a bit slow at times.
It was tough. And, the lack of cohesion, the lack of game time, I think was all very evident again once more. So the Lions keep on roaring. That just about wraps up our coverage on the Media Vintage Sports Network. Very fun having Nick Frisbee in studio, Jordan Lanack, Tyler Campbell. It's always great to do it. Thank you, everyone that listen, watch all the comments. It means a lot to me and the boys.
Ban the sternum law.
That's the one. Ed Quirk, thank you very much. Lote Tuqiri, Will Genia, all the crew joining us. Until next time, my name is Jordan Hughes, and good night.
Oh my.